All right, what's going on, people? Let me get my headphones up. I hope everybody can hear me in the live stream here. Bear with me for a second, people. All right, let's get this party started here, y'all. It's that dude named Dave here. I'm back with the new episode or the actual live stream here. So we got a couple people in the chat here. Let's get this bad boy started here. What's up, David? All right. We got my man Mike here. All right. So let's get this party started here, people. A little impromptu here. I am that dude named Dave, and welcome to the live stream here on Sunday for That Dude Named Dave Reacts. I'm going to have my boy here, Mikey, join the show here. Before I bring him on in 2 seconds, you know what I got to do here. The price of admission. Like, subscribe, bell notification below. What do I say in all my videos here? I see you guys watching, but you're not subbed, so I want to help you by helping me out here. Give you guys a few seconds to do that here. What's up, Pedro? I sound good? Thank you, bro. What else we got here? Oh, you thought I was going topless? Come on, man. It's not that type of party, bro. Not that type of party. I feel you. Feel you. All right, y'all. We see who's starting off this live stream here. So, oh, look here. We got Trent in the house here. All right. If y'all wondering here, I'm bringing my main man, Mikey, to the stage here. This is my man, 50 grand. I could do this live stream by my own, but you know what, though? Wouldn't be fun. So, let's bring him to the stage here. It's my man, Mikey.
What's up?
Hey, y'all wondering who is this dude here next to me?
Number two.
This is my best friend in the game here. He's a dope YouTuber in these streets here. Check him out here, Mike's Philippine Journey. Before we get started here, y'all need to go to his channel, like, comment, subscribe to him as well. Because if y'all here, you gotta be over there as well. He helped me in the game here. So let me give y'all a few seconds to check out Mike's channel. Mike's Philippine Journey, y'all.
You guys can go do that later. Let's get straight to this one right here.
Yeah. What's up, Mike? Whoa. I don't know about that now, man. I don't like your avatar, bro. I don't get down with that.
I know, I saw that too.
Sorry, bro. Nah. We ain't having that, Mike.
Maybe he's Indian, because
Please tell me you're Indian. Yeah, that's true.
Maybe he's Indian, man. Maybe he's Indian.
Yeah. Hey, man, I gotta keep it 100, man. I'm blackety black. if you ain't Indian, that's gonna be the last time you're gonna see your comment in this chat here, because you should know what that represents if you ain't part of the Indian tribe. Oh, who we got here before we get started here? Oh, man, Stonemeyer in Georgia, Trent. That's what's good, man. That's what's good. Oh, check it out. My main man, Quentin, in the house. Hey, Quentin go hard in these comments, yo. What's up, Quentin? How you doing, bro?
I think we're going to have to block Mike Snow up a little bit. We're going to have to get rid of him, man.
Yeah. Mike is going to have to go here, y'all.
Bye, Mike.
You're in timeout now, Mike. The next time you'll be completely banned. Sorry, bro. Sorry. Can't do that here. Yeah, David. Yeah, I like. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up here. Block him if he's. Yeah, I think he's trolling, bro. We're just getting this party started here, So we're just kind of getting this thing going here. Hey, check it out. We got everybody rocking with me here. Check it out. Yeah, kick rocks. That's right. We don't do this here. Here's what I want to talk about to my tribe here, to the men here. We don't deal with the racist BS here. We don't deal with the bigotry here. We don't deal with none of that BS here. I judge men by their character and the way they act. All right. So if you know me and you see my videos and see, I call out black people as well. But I'm going to call you out if you're white. I'm going to call you out if you're Muslim. I'm going to call you out if you're Puerto Rican. It doesn't matter. Mexican. If you're on that BS, you're getting the hell out of Dodge.
Not the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, the Rican show.
Not the Boricuas. Mm-hmm. I love me some Boricuas though, man.
Oh, yeah.
I love me some Boricuas.
Grown men over here. That's right, Quentin. Grown men. So, Mikey, you like Puerto Ricans, right? Yeah. I mean, matter of fact, your dating history. I gotta. You know what though? I ain't D-riding, but my man right here, his female resume. I wish I had it. I ain't gonna front.
It's okay,
Mike,
man. It's all right.
Mike, here's a good question.
Okay.
Have you seen the new show? It's a miniseries on Hulu. Tommy and Pam, about Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson.
You know what? No. Once you see the real thing, once that's like the first freaking viral porn video I ever saw in my life. So,
dude, you gotta watch it. You know why?
Really?
Because Tommy Lee is talking to his dick like for several episodes. His dick is talking back to him. Excuse my language. I won't curse like that again. I'm just getting it out there, right? Tommy Lee's, I guess, like they're trying to paint the picture.
Okay.
That his manhood is magical, and he talks to it, and it talks back to him, and he talks about how, man, Carmen Electra didn't have this kind of work, or who else? All these other girls, and how they can't do it for us like this, Tommy. We can't get married. We gotta stay single and bang these booties out.
That's some crazy stuff, man. I don't know.
You want to watch it now?
No, I'm good. I'll watch it like later on. But that's some crazy stuff, though, man. I'll check it out. Like, I just have so much freaking I have so much lined up on what the stuff I want to watch. Like I own myself 3 hours a week watch like shows. Like for some reason I'll rather consume like YouTube videos than like than those kind of things, So, but yeah, man. I mean, I'll take a look at it later on. Seth Rogen's in it. Well, okay, Seth Rogen, yeah, he's one of the guys that got the tape, right? And he's one of those guys. Like the other guy is the guy from Parks and Recreation. But I know of the people, I just have not really seen it. Plus, I only got Hulu 2 months ago because I got that ESN Hulu Disney package.
Yeah.
Hey,
for everybody checking out, I only watched the first 2 episodes. It's off the chain. Started this morning. While I was trying to work on some of these other live streams here, some of the videos I was working, and took like a few hours off. It's good. I mean, I ain't trying to see Tommy talk to his manhood, but we all watched porn before, so if you watch porn, you can be adjusted to it. It's actually kind of funny. But the girl who's playing Pamela Anderson, man,
bro, I still have the VHS tape of that.
Oh, do you?
I still have the VHS tape of that. Like I literally went the route to purchase it for $24.95 for the VHS tape. When they had that stuff up going on for that special. I have that. Between that and the Kim Kardashian, those are 2 things I was like, you know what? I'm going to purchase porn for the first time. Look, those are the 2 things that I've ever said that I purchased porn, man. Other than that,
that's a good question. Who buys porn anymore? Who actually is paying for it? Like there's OnlyFans, I guess, people tricking off for their favorite, OnlyFans model. But hey, for the chat here, hey,
who's got memberships here? Who's got memberships?
Right. No judgment because, you can spread your money out how you go here. $4 here, $5 here, $9 here. I want to know, do y'all still pay for porn? Like, Pornhub's free, right? But
yeah.
Do you go for Plus? Like, do you go to OnlyFans and watch these tapes? Do you have favorite? Are you like a top member for your Only? I'm just curious. I want to see in the chat here. Who still buys porn?
Well, okay, so like I think like the most guys that I talk to, maybe the last time that they purchased something or they subscribe to a membership was Bang Bros. When Bang Bros first came out, like about 10 years ago, I think that's what made a lot of guys paid for some services. So some dudes remember Bang Bros as well. So I mean,
yeah, Bang Bros. Come on now,
those guys,
the Bang Bus.
Yeah. That's the first time people said, "Oh, that's not just for a bunch of pedos. That's is this the real thing?"
I think Will Smith should have been on Bang Bros. He'd been straight if he just hollered at Bang Bros and didn't marry Jada. You know what I'm saying?
You know what though, man? I have a theory about Will Smith that's been going on for Just look.
Well, you know what though? We just spitting it right now. We haven't really gotten to the show yet, people. We just ad-libbing right now. So I want to hear your theory then. Before we get into the major talk. Yeah, we hear your theory.
So look at this whole thing, right? So this whole time, Will Smith has been faking his whole life. I mean, look at this, right? I mean, he's a good actor. Look at his, if you look at it, Fresh Prince, right? Mm-hmm. He had to be evacuated from Philly by his mother. His father was absent. His mom was all used up because remember there was a couple times where he caught his mom in bed when he's like, "No, Mom, no." Remember that episode? So when you start looking at his transition in movies, his first major movie, hooking up with a stripper, right? Independence Day. Vivica A. Fox was a stripper with a kid. She was a stripper.
Okay. Slow your thought there.
Okay.
She was a stripper and she had a son. Single mom.
That's what I'm saying. Single mom. And he was willing, and he was raising that child in that movie. He was taking care of him. Okay. Raising another man's child. Then we move on to Bad Boys, right? He had to use his money. Mike Lowry. He overcompensated because his parents had money. So he used his money to be able to attain all these girls. Right? He can't have a straight relationship. Most of his relationships are with hookers and high-priced models, right? All right. Then, so he's playing all these action roles to like kind of compensate for him being a man or be seen as an alpha dude. But in the back end of things, he really was a beta man all this time. He acts like it. So he's like those typical guys that kind of act.
The chat is saying Will's beta right now.
Yeah, and so he acts out like that. So this is my thing. If you look at all of the movies that he has, right? Remember, at home he's cuckold. So when time came for like he had to overcompensate. I mean, even when you start, I mean, I think we'll probably talk later on about those like Jada didn't want to freaking get married. He's the one who wanted to get married. Facts. And then he only threatens guys that he feels that he can overpower. We know for what happened with Chris Rock. But then, there's the other stuff that are coming out, like Tommy Davidson from, where, there was supposed to be that scene where in that movie where he's supposed to kiss Jada, and Will Smith got mad at him and was like, he only goes after the guys that he can take care of.
Yeah. I did hear about that. Yeah, you're right.
You see what I'm saying? So if you look at it, he's just been playing this role, this bad dude. He's one of those guys like that always like puff their chest like I'm an alpha man, blah, blah, blah. Right? And we all know when you puff your chest too much, calling yourself this, calling yourself that, you're just projecting the fact that you're not that person. And he's been exposed several times by Jada,
Oh, 6 degree separation. Shout out to Pedro.
Do you see what I'm just trying to say? I mean, even look at all the roles that he has. But what's happened is, if you look at all his roles coming up lately, it's really bad roles. So 6 degrees of separation was one thing. Then all of a sudden, if you start looking at, it was a good movie where he had his son with them. Pursuit of Happiness. Got left behind by his wife because he can't even afford her. So what happened is there's a transition really is, and he's showing himself through his work that he really is a guy who cannot deliver. That's why some of his best roles that are showing now with these acting, maybe it's because it's who he really is. The fact that he really has to overcompensate, and so in the roles where he's starting to get people looking at him is the roles where he's actually showing his real truth, that he is always left behind. He is not of value. The women don't see that and all those things. So that's my theory. He's always been faking the funk. He's always been trying to catch up with the spirit of Tupac.
Tupac.
The Tupac spirit, man.
Pac died a year, 96, and then Jada married Will that next year. We don't talk about that.
She got pregnant, right?
Like 96, Pac died. And then I'm showing my age here because the night that Pac died, got shot technically before he died, was my very first Saturday working my first job.
Spartans 96, man. Class of 96, baby.
Man, that was my junior year in high school. It was my first weekend. I was working at Menards. Remember that, Mikey? I worked at Menards. That was my first gig. I was making $5.50 an hour. Shout out to the cats who want to complain about not making no money. This dude was making $5.50 an hour and didn't complain.
Dude, I was making
a different time period.
I was making 14 at the Marriott around that time, man.
Oh, shout out to the Marriott, man.
Shout out to the Marriott.
I had like a good 4 months at the Marriott.
Yeah.
I was trying to do 2 jobs, I couldn't do it. That was too much for brother. But yeah, Pac in 96. Then Jada married Will in 97. And then we've seen, for the chat, I'm just kind of curious. I want to see your guys' dialogue on this here. How all the Red Table Talk, all the receipts are coming out now with Will Smith and Jada little by little here. And it's kind of crazy how when we see this here and then we're seeing these pinpoints of why the hell is Will even dealing with this crap? I mean, even the recent stuff that we're seeing, but we're seeing all the receipts of all the older videos. Especially talking to her mom saying that she didn't want to get married. Of course, her mom thought we just thought you didn't want the whole wedding date, like the whole marriage, the whole ceremony. She comes out and says, no, I didn't want to get married at all. I didn't want to believe in this traditional marriage thing. On the show with Will right there with her moms. And I believe Willow was right there too as well. Now, I know they're in Hollywood. They do not have a traditional family structure as we've been beaten down million times. What mother really has that kind of conversation though? I understand, but I understand the whole totality of that dialogue. I have the hardest time finding any real mother having that real conversation. What do you think about that, Mike?
Well, the thing though is like Jada has never grown up. You know what I'm saying? So how can she does, she herself can't close her mouth. So she should not be. I mean, it's unfortunate. There's no mother that should be talking this way. And this is the unfortunate fact of what we're dealing with the women in the West as much as possible. This is just a microcosm of the whole macro situation that's going on right now and everything. I mean, she should not be talking about that. I mean, just look at it. She used Will to heal her. She was looking for somebody that was going to heal her. She was damaged because of Pac is gone. She grew up with him, all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, this is the problem with a lot of women trying to look for men that's going to heal them. And typically the men that they actually get to heal them are the guys that maybe you can say the good guys, the average guy, the nice guy, right? Because they know that they can't jump from a Pac when they're not healed to all of a sudden jump into the bad boys, the tough guy, the one that they really want, because they know that they're subconsciously are damaged right now. So they've tried to find this beta guy to be able to substantiate the life that they want or kind of heal them. But what ended up happening was she got preggoed, right? So she's stuck in there. So what ends up happening when you're stuck in that whole process of things, she then moves on. And she can't move on because she knows that she doesn't have anything better anymore. She doesn't have value in Hollywood, and she's been trying. But now she loves the fact that she has the power with the red table. People are watching, giving her attention. She is the, center of attention right now, and she loves that stuff. And she uses her kids to get attention, which is bad.
Speaking of center of attention, I want to play a video that everybody's been seeing. Let me bring it on the screen here. Give me 1 second. And when I bring this on, I want to see what the family's going to say here about this. Whoops, not that video. Whoops, sorry, Mike. All right, let's get this going here now. All right, so the video I'm going to play, there we go. So the video I'm going to play is Will talking to Jada and Jada just disrespecting him. So let me bring this on here. There we go.
That's a bad video.
Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
Look at Will.
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
Now look at Will's body language here. I'm gonna a couple of stops here. You saw how it started off, and you can tell the agitation. You see his facial expression here, right? Like, I don't care. This is my wife. Why are you doing this right now? I'm agitated. I'm pissed. Why does wifey keep putting me through the shenanigans here? Is that what you see, Mike?
Actually, no, it's not. It's fear.
Oh, well, that too.
You see the pause right here? You see the eyebrows. So, this is my thing is body language. So if you look at the fact that his eyebrows are kind of separated a little bit. So if it's anger, it's actually going to go together. But see, look at those eyes, glassy eyes. That's fear. And normally when somebody is fearful, bam, fear right there. Fear. See, when somebody's angry, more than likely their pupils will actually, their eyes will close up a little bit more so that they can look at the person with them being mad. The fact that his eyebrows are separated, that means there's fear in there. Also pay attention to his body language when he put his arms together and he closed himself off when she brought up the idea. And then eventually he actually did what? He put his hands over his mouth like this while he's talking. So at the same time as what he's doing there is the hands together like this, hands over his mouth, he's protecting his vital organs. So in a way, for body language, when you start looking at that, he's in fearful thing because he's guarding himself right now.
Interesting.
That's fear right there.
Good,
That's fear.
Interesting assessment, Mike. I didn't look at that standpoint here. Let me hit play again and let's see. Everybody's sitting here, but I want to break this down. So,
Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
he's thinking.
I would
here.
say don't just start filming me
Bam, covering it.
without asking me
Oh my goodness.
if you could film me.
Astaire, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Don't. No, she.
Hold on.
See?
I'm picking this apart here. I'm still dealing with foolishness here. Do you see how she dismissed Will? Will's being I'm gonna take your analogy for a second, right? You say it's fear, right? He's talking, and you can clearly see he's choosing his words properly because the camera's on. And then she immediately dismissed it. You see the foolishness I'm dealing with here? What kind of BS crap is that, Mike?
Yeah, because if she knows him, right? So she's familiar with his mannerisms. So the fact that she's not fearful at this very moment, she knows it's not threatening. So the fact, subconsciously or maybe consciously, she knows already what's going on, that he's fearful. So that's when she went on an attack. And this is the thing where a lot of guys need to pay attention to how women act and why it's important that men need to understand body language as much as possible and mannerisms. So she's controlling him as much. She knew that that he's fearful. So guess what? She doubles down because she's not scared of that stuff. It's that masculine frame that she has and that she has control over him.
Let me hit play. Now the camera's back on him now.
Yeah, because she don't just.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start I'm standing in my house.
So
he didn't want to acknowledge what the question she was asking about Ayanna joining the Red Table Talk. He immediately went to, my social media is my bread and butter. He didn't say my acting. He didn't say, me being an entertainer, a musician, everything that Will has done that made him worth $200 or $300 million through all his credentials. What did Will focus on? My social media. He is letting her know that my platform is everything to me. And you didn't ask me to do this.
yeah, and if you look at when the camera went back, he looked down. That's a defeat mode. Because once again, he was looking down. But then what ended up happening, if you pay attention, so he was looking down. Then what happened is when he started talking about social media.
Say that she helped us heal.
Here we
Right
go.
here, he's talking about he's looking down.
So
here.
he's looking down because he can't. But watch what happens. So he has his voice cracking and he's doing this, right? But
play
pay
it again.
attention what happens right when he starts talking about social media. The moment he patted his chest, he actually gained confidence by it, because you have to understand, patting on any body, on your body, is actually what you call somebody calming themselves down. It's actually to be able to help you calm yourself down, to make you feel better. That's why when people are aggressive and they say, you want to mess with me, when they're slapping their chest, they're actually trying to hold themselves down and calming themselves down, but they have their hands open. But what you end up seeing is when he started calming himself down, he had a burst of energy, a little bit masculine testosterone in there, and then his hand starts going crazy, and he was like, my social media, this is me. So then it calmed him down and made him see a different self with him. Then he's protecting himself now. So watch what happens when he does that.
Let me pull that up again. Okay, here we go.
The hurts that we caused between one another.
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me
Bam,
for
look.
social media and
Now
not,
he goes in attack.
don't just start I'm
Changes.
You're right. His whole demeanor did change
changed.
right there from the beginning, and then he saw
Cracking, calmed himself down, and he just started.
He kind of
going.
woke up. His whole body
Yep.
shifted up like this. He went from slouch to attention. So let me put the rest of this here with Jada's back on her. Now it's talking this foolishness.
my house. Don't just start rolling.
You hear that?
Please watch us stare at the red table because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell? Astaire Perot.
The disrespect.
And that's the thing, yeah, the disrespect. You're right.
The disrespect. He literally told her, This actually, let me just backtrack here. This came out in 2019. I remember we were talking in our text message, and this was 2019 and how it resurfaced now. Here's the thing that bothers me about Jada here. This is coming from her phone. Like, it's not, Will's not holding the phone. This is her phone. Why is this being leaked out? Why did this all of a sudden now come out now this week? Like, I know everybody can go to Twitter, dig receipts, find anything that they want to find against Will for this whole fiasco. They're going to find stuff from 1998. They're going to find stuff from 1988, whatever Will's done. The bad joke he told on Arsenio Hall regarding
With
the
bald
same
guy.
similar. Yeah, exactly. So why in the hell that something that's a video on Jada's phone gets leaked this week? Or why is this even scrubbed off? Why is it still out there in the ether? Disrespecting her husband like this. Because you know why? This is nothing this is light work. As far as disrespect's concerned here, this is probably a 0.5 on the last 20 years with Jada and Will. That's why it's not been scrubbed away. And that's why it's still out there. And probably someone from her team probably put it out there to make it even more out there like this was going on today. What do you think about that, Mike?
Well, I'm not too sure about the history on the video, but I mean, if it's from 2019, maybe it's been out there already. And then, but people are looking for receipts and it's coming up. Maybe she released it before. But once again, that even if she released it before already, the question there is, this is the amount of disrespect that he's getting, because if you're in show business, for a fact that you need to understand the basic PR of things. But what happens is she's controlling the whole narrative. To be honest, I don't even think he was the guy that was open to an open relationship. I think that she was able to put him in a position to think that this was a good idea, because she can be like, well, you can still go out there and lay some other girls and stuff like
You're
that.
Will Smith. He's probably saying, you're Will. You can get any woman you want. I'm just little old me here. You can let me get my little side D action every now and then. Every time you walk out the door, Will, what woman don't want to bang you? She probably know how disrespectful she is. She probably threw it in his face like that. You can get any woman you want, Will. Who cares? Let me go ahead and get my back blown up by August. Okay? Stop acting like a little girl. Who are you? You probably Big Willie style. God damn. She talk like that in words.
You're Mike Lowry.
You're Mike Lowry. All right. You saved the world in Independence Day from the aliens. You drove a plane that no human could fly before, and you figured that shit out in one day.
Exactly.
But you can't go out here and bang these women out here. Shout out to my lights here that goes up and down here. So don't worry, people. My lights do that on its own. See that?
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I just have the cheap spotlights.
Hey, let's get real fast. Let's get these likes up here, y'all. Y'all in the chat here. Y'all watching this here. Let's get these likes up. We're going to get this going here. I got to put this one up here for your boy David here, man. Mike got a wall of porn, mainly wipes, and chains and dildos.
That was in my old house. That was the Arizona house.
The Arizona house was getting down with?
The Arizona house.
I was in the Arizona house. What you talking about? I didn't. Ooh, good thing I didn't see that.
No,
One thing I saw off the pool, people. There was some dirty stuff going on in that pool, wasn't it? There was some
Which
dirty
pool?
thing.
Which
In
pool?
the Arizona house.
I didn't have a pool in my Arizona house.
You didn't? I thought there was a pool there.
No, in the hotels that we were staying at, there was lots of pools. But no, I didn't have a pool. I had the scorpions living in my backyard, but that was it.
Really? I thought you had a pool back there.
No, we stayed at the hotels.
Yeah, we did, but
My house now has a pool and a jacuzzi.
Baller.
Not yet.
Let me
man.
see. Let's get these other chats here. I remember when Jada was with Pac. People close to Pac say he wanted to Will Smith. Yeah, I believe it. So, you guys saw the title. You saw the thumbnail. We've been talking for about almost a half hour here. We want to throw out here, is Will Smith getting canceled? Or is he actually canceled? Because in this forum here, like I said, I don't believe in cancel culture, Mike. I don't believe in people, should have their lives and careers ruined unless you did something so heinous that your act needs to go away. Okay? If you're on that Jeffrey Epstein stuff, yeah, it needs to go away. But Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, there should be a punishment, but canceled, no. And while we're talking about Will being canceled here, because it's been a long 2 weeks, Mike. It seems like this has been like 2 years, but it's 2 weeks from today as it's going on here. Mainly, I'm saying this because the Oscars banned Will for 10 years. Now, we know that he did a self-imposed that he walked away from the academy, which is nothing. Anybody can walk away from anything trying to give yourself your own punishment. It's kind of like how the NCAA, when a college campus or program finds out that there might be some infractions, so they go ahead and take themselves out of NCAA play for like 2 or 3 years. Hopefully that the NCAA doesn't go as hard on them. That's what Will did here. He's like, yo, I'm going to walk away. I know I'm not going to make any movies that can be Oscar worthy. We banned the Oscars 6 years ago anyway. I didn't want to go. Jada, we had our thing. I'm just going to walk away. So by the Oscars trying to do this 10 years thing, it's them kind of saving face. But let me ask you this question, Mike. Does this 10 years and Will Smith walking away, the correlation of two, does it really mean anything? What do you think?
Doesn't mean a thing. What they needed to do was what they do with the Heisman. Take it now. They should have taken that award from him and say, you don't have it. They should not even send him the Oscar trophy that he was supposed to get. That's what they should have done, and gave him a 5-year ban or something than a 10-year ban. Because it's like, how dare you all of a sudden ban him for 10 years after he quit already the academy? It's
Right.
like he beat you to the script. So he's got better PR teams than you guys do. And all of a sudden, all this stuff is happening now with the academy, that all these lies that they were saying is coming up nowadays. So it's like, it's just a pathetic thing. I mean, no one's talking who one of the worst perpetrators here are in this whole event.
Oh, okay. Let's get into this, Mike. Who do you think is the worst perpetrator?
That black director.
Ooh, Will Packer?
Will Packard's an idiot. He should be run under the damn bus.
Ooh, this
Right?
is a perspective I have not heard anybody's take, because Will Packer is the first
Black
man to produce the Oscars, and then he hired an all-black cast, so we literally had an all-black production crew for the very, 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 very first time.
He's a producer director, right?
And Will Packer's fame, like he's made some of the top movies the last 12, 13 years alone, like the Steve Harvey Think Like a Man series. Will Packer. Current TV show, Ready to Love, that's a dating show for older black people. That's on TV right now. That's doing huge ratings. A couple of other Kevin Hart movies, Will Packer's behind them. I think Ride Along, Will Packer's behind that. You just throw these movies out here. Will Packer, Girls Trip. Will Packer is dropping $30 million opening weekend movies left and right. So he's now a major power player in the game. Just let everybody know.
Sure. It's the emasculation of the black man. It's a emasculation of men. Even if you just look at that, the basic stuff. Just look at the movie. Think Like a Man. Is that really a guy power film? No, it's not. It's giving power to women to be able to think like man, right? You just look at all the stuff that he's doing. There's a lot of those movies. There's a lot of emasculation of men that's happening in there. All right, but let's even move that away. That's his body of work. Let's look at what he did at the Oscars. Okay. Number one, he's the freaking director. All right. If you are the director, you had the right to turn that thing off and say, let's not show this violence on TV. We can show the clips later on, but let's not do it in a live event. He chose, because he's the director, to allow it to keep on going. They have that 2-minute leeway that they could have prevented that from happening. Next thing is,
we talked about before.
Next thing that goes on is when Will Smith finally won the award, what they should have done right there, they don't know what can actually happen. What they could have done is they could have not showed that part when he won, and they would have said, listen, this is not going to go on. Number 3, just look at the basic stuff. Yes, whatever they're saying, Chris Rock didn't want to press charges or whatever that is, it doesn't freaking matter. He actually caused the disturbance. You bring in the cops, put him in cuffs, hogtie the fool, and drag him the F out. And hopefully Jada acted a fool and be masculine and she got dragged out too. But that's the thing. Just look at the basics of stuff. The director is the main cause of the main problem, allowing all of that to actually occur. And then he's going to the background. I'm shocked. I can't believe this is happening. He made it where it's publicly seen and people kept on watching. They should have escorted him out. And just look at what happened, to be honest, right? And this is also where you start paying attention thing. Now, you know what? I love Denzel, right? I love Denzel. But here's my thing. The big boys, the action stars, protected the action star because he became, he showed vulnerability, we'll say. Shouldn't you protect the guy that got assaulted? Shouldn't people should have been gone there like, hey, listen, this is what's going on? Shouldn't, those big boys should have gone to, Denzel, Tyler Perry, they should have gone to Will Smith. They said, you need to leave. This is not a good thing. But no, it's like, listen, let's crap on the guy who just got assaulted, right? This is unfortunately what we're seeing. It's the same exact stuff when men get assaulted by women. You just let it be. When and it's like, and it's pathetic. The main person here, fine, Will Smith did the deed, right? He did the slapping. But I'm sorry to say, Will Packard is the biggest person of all. I mean, and he should be the one that gets punished for it as well. But no, he's not being punished. He had every right to make decisions to show. And guess what? Because he knows he can now claim, I have the biggest watch time or views of an Oscars now. He can claim all that. After all of this is gone, you're going to look at the metrics as much as possible, because that's what Hollywood is all about. But once again, the guy that gets assaulted, the guy that gets offended, it's okay. And this is where I keep on talking about this whole feminist agenda. What goes on in Hollywood is showed exactly what it is. And you saw the true colors. No matter what you say, that Denzel Washington can actually give good speeches and can try to help people out and say all these cool things. Even the fact that he actually paid for Mr. For Black Panther and all that stuff, all of that BS. What showed right there is that you are not going to protect the weak.
Oof.
And they let it all happen.
Oof.
The big boys of Hollywood just showed their freaking truth.
You know what though? That is a damn good point there, Mikey, because D.L. Hughley went on his radio show on Monday and he opened up everything what you were saying here and apologized to Chris Rock, because he even admitted everything that he was saying, everything his condolences or pain or sympathy or what was going on his show, he directed everything to Will Smith. And then after it aired, he was like, Chris Rock is my brother. He's a comedian here and he is the one that got assaulted. Why am I coming to Will when the man who I know personally was the one who got hands laid on him? It doesn't make any sense. The emasculation of men in our country here, in this world, where that we want to big up the stronger man who was in the wrong, in a sense, because Will is the bigger, stronger man. I'm saying, I don't want to go in beta alpha, but he is the physically imposing person compared to Chris Rock. And Chris Rock took it like a G. Ate it up. Like, I'm shocked that Chris Rock maybe didn't become a boxer and it's not a lightweight champion. The way he took that in coming from Brooklyn and Bed-Stuy in those areas, had his hands behind his back ready for the lick, So we have everybody in the beginning coming to Will. It took a long time before everybody was like, yo, wait a minute. Chris got slapped. Chris is 58 years old. Chris is older than Will Smith. Chris got daughters. Chris got a family too. Why are we not protecting his family? We're not protecting him. And that's why I'm going to get back to your point here. That's why I can respect Chris Rock's brothers coming out. Be like, yo, F this mess here. We playing Pac this whole year on site. If we see Will, it's on deck. Shout out to Tony Rock. He's entertainer as well, comedian. He's had a little bit of success, not as Will, but if you know him, he's been on TV. Matter of fact, he was on a show where Will Smith produced regarding Will Smith's life, regarding his first wife and his kid. I can't remember the name of the show, but you guys know if you look it up. But that was actually a Will Smith show. So Tony Rock knows him personally, worked on the show where that Will is his show and the producer. Tony was like, yo, man, there's 10 of us. We ain't letting that ride. We coming for you. Now, of course, we ain't going to be in these circles. But you know what, though? I respect that, though. Because you know what, though? Because Tony and Chris don't have the best relationship. But here's what Tony said. That's my brother. You come for one of us, you come for all of us. And that's real talk here. Now, to get back to your Will Packard point. That is interesting, Mike. And I didn't think about that before, but I think you're right. Because if anything like that is going on, now, of course, we could probably make the excuse that it was his first time hosting it. And then, of course, there's all these things that's happening that never happened in TV history that put him in the shock loop. But there should have been someone there to just hit. They already had the mute button because you couldn't hear him curse. The camera should have waved off and then went to the side and went straight to commercial. Any kind of situation we've seen in the past, whether it's a new producer, old producer, of course, the Oscars were produced by white men. But they dumped the truck and get the hell out of Dodge. So why did it stay there? He did the right thing when they panned out, but it seemed like someone could have been behind the scenes like, keep it going. Keep it going.
And that's the thing. It's like, just look at it, right? Like you said, they could have kept the camera to Will Smith to record him what's going on in the background, but they showed it in public. They actually showed it live happening. So they're like, exactly, keep this stuff going because this is gold mine. And then all of a sudden, people later on are just like saying that they're in shock. I'm like, why are you guys in shock? It's hilarious. And then all of a sudden, like even that Amy Schumer is like, oh my God, it really bothered me. I'm still disturbed until now. I'm like,
shut
woman,
the hell up. Come on.
I'm like, have you honest? It's like the people over at Ukraine should can complain about that stuff. But you saw some dude get slapped. Are you serious? It's just weird to me how it kind of this whole Discord worked up. And like you saw also that what happened in regards for just men as men, you had a bunch of men just all of a sudden follow the alpha leader and be like, and it is Will Smith like you're talking about. So they sided with Will Smith because they don't want to be siding with the guy that got slapped because, that's the worst thing that can actually happen for a man is somebody slap you. So they don't side with that stuff. And this is where the unfortunate part where I just feel that as men are not backing up the men to help them out, to build them up. And this is just one of those things. And then guess what? Even if Chris Rock decides to freaking sue Will Smith, he's going to get made fun of by the rest of the dudes.
Let's get to that point here real fast here because Jim Carrey came out in defense. He was on Gayle King, did a nice lengthy interview. I had nothing to say against what Jim Carrey said. How he stated, he used big words too. Ubiquitous. That's stuck in my head since he said it. Hey, though, I have a pretty good vocabulary, but I want to send a shout out to the crowd here. Have y'all heard ubiquitous before in the form of an entertainer? Man,
I haven't
Jim
heard
Carrey,
that word.
I know, man. Shout out to Jim Carrey, man. He got a mad vocabulary here. But he made a good point of saying that I would sue for $100 to $200 million a year because that slap, that incident, people's going to make it some memes, like the Jordan crying memes eventually. We're going to, for the rest of Chris Rock's life, like I said, his daughter's lives, then their kids' lives, grandkids, great-grandkids, because let's put it out here. Chris Rock is one of the greatest comedians of all time. He is not some comedy hack that's on stage that T.I. was heckling recently. And that's a whole nother conversation. I can't stand T.I. for doing this bullshit. I'm saying that right now. Fuck you, T.I., for doing that. I don't care if you apologize, all right? He's on that bullshit here. But Chris Rock is one of the greatest comedians of all time. And for him to have to experience, him and his family have to deal with this for the rest of their lineage because of social media, 100, 200 million may not be enough. I don't care if Will Smith 300 million because Chris Rock, even though he's a comedian, is always going to be the butt end of that joke for the rest of eternity, as long as this earth is still here.
Like you can literally say, don't get rocked.
Right. He's a meme. He's a line. He's a noun. He's an adjective. He's a verb. He's a, man, go back to English class here. He's every single description that you can think of right now. And then you can understand why he hasn't even got the formulation to tell jokes about it on his stand-up, on his tour right now. He even said that, I know he was joking around, like, I'm not going to talk about it until I get paid. So it's so much for him. It's overwhelming because the world is watching you. How many of us can actually say the entire world is watching you? And not just for a second. They're going to be watching him for this entire year because his tour was already planned out before this happened. Chris Rock's eyes are on him. He's as big as he is. He's never had this. How many people can say they've had this? It's something else, man.
Yeah, and if you really also look at it in the general sense of form where, a lot of people are going to be watching these shows of him, not because that they want to see him, but it's because it's an Instagram moment. This is going to be an IG moment. There's going to be a TikTok moment that they can post. So people are going to be watching those. And then at the same time, as you have to understand, people are going to try to see if they can use this as a way to at least get that 5 minutes of fame of theirs. Just like on his first show, there was that heckler that was in his show, and then, so there's going to be, you're going to probably see this continuously happening all throughout because there are people are going to try to position themselves and you're going to have the people that are going to say, oh, it was a sucky show, whatever. But, so yeah, it's a lifetime thing. They need to look at the value of that damage. And so I don't think it's going to be, do I think it's going to be the 200 million thing? No, but I'm going to say it's around a $75 million deal.
A check needs to be cut, plain and simple. A check needs to be cut.
I think if Will Smith is smart or his lawyers are smart, they're probably already trying to speak
Calling
to
him.
Chris Rock. Yeah, they're like, hey, how much is this going to be worth?
That could be why
You
Chris
know?
Rock even said that, though, because there is no way that if I am part of Will Smith's team, because if Will Smith's worth $300 million, can you imagine everybody in his corner, between his publicist, his management team, everybody who's involved in his movies, assistants, all were probably saying, hey, get Leibowitz on the phone. I know I did a Jewish name, but get Leibowitz on the phone here. We got to figure this out here, because if Will goes broke, we all go broke. He's the money train.
Exactly. And they have to look at it in the basic general sense. That's why maybe Chris Rock is not saying, because when Chris Rock says something, I want 50 million, then Will's team goes, that's good enough for us. We'll pay the 50 million. You know,
we gotta get this go away. We need you happy, Chris. We need to dead this.
You all, you know, if you guys are familiar, if you guys been around lawyers, shit, I've been around enough lawyers and paid so much already for lawyers in my life. But I mean, if you've been around lawyers enough, you're gonna wait for their lawyer, for Will Smith's team to give a number, and if they give a number of 20 million, then that means the team over at The Rock's team is gonna be like, we want 60. You know, we're gonna, because what we need to do is we need to meet in the middle and get that 50 or get that 45. You know, so
You
I mean,
probably
it's
heard
like,
this, Mike. If someone offers 20, you know they got 40. 'Cause that's the first number. So if they come with 20 or 30, you got 50, Will.
yeah, that's why if they say 20, Chris Rock's team's gonna go 60, and they're gonna meet in the middle and you know, and get that 35, 40. So it's basic lawyer talk. I've been around enough lawyers enough to know how it works. Crap, you know, it's like, you know, just know the basics. But we're talking the millies here, because this is you can say it's a lifetime damage. This is like losing a freaking limb, you know. But this ain't gonna be freaking MetLife that's gonna give you $10,000 for a lost finger.
MetLife.
You know.
Yo, shout out to Mogman, man. I seen better slaps in the Smurfs cartoon, or the Smiths cartoon. Man, for real. What we got here? What about Johnny Depp? Do you think Will's case is gonna come out like Johnny's?
Well, Johnny won.
Well, Johnny, see, I'm confused. I can't really comment. Only thing I know about Johnny Depp is his divorce situation right now. He has another case. Mogman, if you got it, man, put it in the chat for me. Because all I know about is his ex
Amber
put
Heard.
him through the ringer, and then it's actually like she's been lying her ass off.
She's the
you know?
crazy one. She got
Yeah.
exposed. So
And
she's
all I know is the voicemails. His voicemails came out saying, "Hey, you know how he talks. Hey, baby girl, we don't gotta go to court. We can just be happy and figure this out." And
Yeah.
she's like, "F that. I'm taking your butt to court."
and she lost the court, and then all of it. Well, she's supposed to won, but then she shared things that she wasn't to share, so he went back after her. So like, you know, and then remember, he lost the job with the whole Harry Potter series because of that. Pirates of the Caribbean as well.
Yeah,
but then all of
he
a
lost lot of
sudden,
that money.
yeah, but all of a sudden in the end, no matter what, you know, he's making, you know, he's making his commercials. He's gonna make his movie. He's gonna come back again. But yeah, she messed him up. You know,
Everyone
kind of
went
sucky.
in on Johnny and blackballed him in Hollywood, saying he was a woman beater, but it came out that she was the one beating him. Yeah, okay,
Yep.
yeah, I did hear
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, saying that he put hands on her, and that was not even the case. Like lucky enough though, fellas, we have to keep our devices on 24/7. I don't want to move topics to Will here, but I'm going to bring this up and keep it going here. Keep your phones on. If you have a crib, put cameras in your place. It don't cost that much to have cameras in your house nowadays, people, because you know what though, y'all gonna catch a case if y'all don't turn them on. Plain and simple. Oh boy, let's get some more of these chats here real fast.
Gotta.
What's going here? Sherry, what's up, Sherry? And she didn't pay the divorce money to charity. Okay. He lost everything in Hollywood from 2019, and now, yeah, I did hear about that. He did lose a lot. You know, Hollywood ain't messing with Johnny right now. Well, I heard he got another movie coming out because everybody knows X is crazy now, so he got a movie offer. So, Pedro, I think he'll bounce back, but he needs to run major PR campaign. He needs to make it right with Chris and get him on board. True that, Pedro. True that.
Yep.
Let me get to the quote that Will had when he lost the 10-year ban. It was very simple, straight to the point. He said, "I accept and respect the Academy's decision. My actions at the 94th Academy Awards presentation were shocking, painful, and inexcusable. The list of those I have hurt is long and includes Chris, his family, many of my dear friends and loved ones, all those in attendance, and global audiences at home. Jokes at my expense are part of the job, but a joke about my Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness." That's Will's quote. after the academy he gave him the 10 years.
What's
10
the
years a
wrong
slave.
Do you see something wrong in that quote?
That it should have been verbal.
No, it's not that. Number one, it's a PR hit, but it looks like there was some changes in there. Pay attention. If you're making an apology to somebody, a true apology, you never add the stuff why you did it. So I mean, so the fact that he adds the joke about my wife's medical blah blah blah, that right there is automatic. That's the but. That's the effing but. I'm sorry, that's not a freaking apology. This is where people need to pay attention. It's like, you know, PR is I love
catch,
PR
Mike.
stuff, but
Good
people are not
catch.
paying. People didn't pay attention to that stuff. That's a freaking but. You know, so you're saying mea culpa already. You're saying I'm sorry, and then all of a sudden you still included your. You know, I get it. You can't, but you're trying to be like my wife's medical. Bitch, it was not a fucking medical thing. You lost some. It's not like she lost her hair. It's not like she lost all her hair. It's a strip in the top that she lost, a few stuff here and there. Alopecia is not a disease. It's not a disease that people need to be like, oh my God. Listen, can you get made fun of that stuff when you're young? Of course. I understand that stuff. But you're a grown woman. And I'm sorry to say, worst part about it, you made your man slap the dude to make the damn documentary about good hair. Learn something. There's a bunch of Indian people selling their hair right now. It's you know, they want the money.
She would have watched Good Hair. She could have got a good wig for the night.
Yeah.
Here's my thing though, right? All the alopecia, you know, advocates came out hardcore, right? What about take away alopecia? Men, I don't want to make this about men and women, but show how thin-skinned women can be and how thick-skinned men are. Men lose their hair all the time, and we deal with the jokes all the time. No, we say when in the black community, there's a couple of lines in rap artists. You know, roof gone, George Jefferson. Shout out to Pusha T. When you go bald, we saying that you got that George Jefferson. Your rooftop is gone. Straight up convertible status. And you know what? We take it. We crack them jokes, keep moving. You know how many guys I've known that's gone bald and we just been giving them jokes for 20 years now? I got people I went to college with in 21 started going freaking bald. But
yeah, are we asking for like, oh my God, please give us a day off because I'm going bald and I have a mental, you know, I'm depressed. Like, is depression part of that? But you move the F on. All of a sudden, it's not like you have cancer. It's not like you have all these other things. You have alopecia. People have been going bald for and this is another thing.
Since the beginning of time.
Men get made fun of all the time when you're losing hair. Men get made fun of, you know, you got
Let it be right here. Let the balding start right here, and that's that Widow Peak spot there.
Yeah, you got the Friar John thing going on or whatever like that.
The men in your circle will grill that guy. We do it every day. And you know what though? Hey, should I just, you know what the main question that happens? Should I bick it, guys? Bick. Should I bick it? Let it go. Or what's the line that Charles Barkley says on TNTV? I need to come on home, y'all. I need to come on home. Come on home means go back to baby status. Straight birth. Come on home. Yeah, we laugh about it all day long. And then Chris' joke wasn't, if act people that have never ever seen G.I. Jane to even understand the okay joke that it was. It had nothing to do with alopecia. It had to do with Demi Moore being a badass woman in the military. She was a badass in that movie. Let me repeat that again. She was holding it down. She was beating ass and taking numbers.
Yeah.
But that's a problem though, right, Mike?
Well, you know, it's a problem for things. But I mean, it's just, I don't know. It just makes me laugh how, and this is what just goes with the whole fact of like, you know, the thing though is women want to talk, but then when we talk about you, you can't handle it. It's like, it's like when you know, and then you use men as your protectors when you say you don't need a man. It's like, it just makes me laugh on how a lot of women uses this, you know, independent thing, whatever. No, you want independence, you all alone. You're an alpha woman. Psh, no two alphas can be the same. So can be together.
Let's get some of these chapters that started coming in here. The 10-year ban was a slap on the wrist. Should have taken his Oscar away. Chris should have had him arrested. People can assault people over words. Too thin skin. Got that right, man.
Mm-hmm.
If Chris had Will arrested, media and social would make Chris the bad dude. It's just the way people are nowadays. It's bad. That's true. But you know what though? I agree with you, Mog man. Initially, it looked bad. But here's the thing though. I want to see the chat here. If Chris said he has time to press charges, it's not an immediate thing, you know, unless they take his word and say we're not going to do that. Let's say if Chris Rock wanted to press charges now, would we disrespect Chris now? 2 weeks removed. Because me personally, we had our live stream 2 weeks ago on Monday, and I said that Chris would look bad if he sued or had him arrested. That's off the rip. Now we have time to let it die down a little bit now. I'm not going to crucify Chris if he did it.
He should.
What do y'all think, chat? I want to see the chat here. Would y'all be mad at Chris if he decided to file charges now, let alone sue? And do you think he should? Let's see here. David says, now, Mike, he's in the kitchen fixing himself a sandwich. Yo, David, you killing me tonight, man. You're killing me, bro.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, he should sue, and he should take, as a matter of fact, the
assault
best,
and battery needs to be punished.
It should be. It should be. And this, it's like, I don't know. It's just like, the thing is what you have to put into is like, if I was Will Smith, because I think that the best way to get to Will Smith is somebody should put a petition saying, Will Smith, you must take your Oscar and crush it and never ask for a replacement ever again.
No, you need to give it to Chris. You need to give it to Chris Rock, and he can put anything on there.
No. Because Chris, that's going to be bad thing. Will Smith needs to go do one of these little social media stuff because my social media is all I got.
It's my bread and butter. It's my bread and butter.
And what he needs to do is he needs to crush it himself. Or as a matter of fact, have Jada crush it just for the fun of it. Like literally crush the crap out of it and watch it. That's what he should do. But he's not going to do that because he needs these accolades to make himself feel better, because these type of guys, guys who are like him, who have been faking it all along, unfortunately, needs those accolades to make him feel better. That's why my social media, that's made him feel better, because he doesn't have anything or any control on anything in his life. His woman controls him, and what's funny is his kids control him. So I mean, I don't know if the people in the viewers ever saw that letter that Willow Smith wrote for Tupac, asking for Tupac to please come back, to make his mom happy. Why is it that your daughter, who was like 10 years old at that time, knows the fact that for her mom to be happy is that she needs to have this dead dude come back? So that means her mom has been telling her and grooming her kids all this time to understand that this is how it is. And so if you really look at it, the kids were raised by a woman again without a real guidance from a real man, because the man was being controlled. So that's why those kids are such a mess. And this whole time is those kids grew up learning that their mom emasculated their father. And so while they're growing up, they're doing everything to emasculate him even more. Because they're just learning the abuse on how to abuse him. They're not separated. It's an open relationship. They're not separated. But women use their kids to continuously attack men. In the divorces, they use them as tools and as weapons. And this is an everlasting thing. I don't want to like talk about like really bad things and stuff like that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Give Will Smith maybe another 15 years. He's going to be gone.
Ooh,
if this is not fixed.
That's a hard line, brother.
He's going to do.
He's in rehab. He's in rich rehab right now.
Yeah, that's just PR campaign.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said rich rehab. I had to put the air quotes there.
Yeah, you'll probably see him. He'll probably do like a Robin Williams. He'll do a Robin Williams sometime soon.
I think his rehab is a big old $10 million mansion that has butlers, and you don't got to worry about getting something to eat. There's private chefs, he's around the ocean. Yeah. He can look at the waters and be calm and serene. He can take deep breaths like, I shouldn't have slapped Chris. That's his rehab right now. That's where he's at right now, eating steaks and scampies. Yeah,
he needs to be in one of those drug rehab facilities for for Medicaid patients. That's all I'm just saying.
Medicaid. Let's get back to more of these chats here, boy. Mark, man, he's going hard here. That's why I mentioned Johnny Depp. He's got massacred for 4 years because of false accusations, just because of a woman's words. So true. And here's the thing, though, right? False accusations stick with us forever, even if they're not. Even they're proven untrue. Johnny Depp's Hollywood career is never going to be the same. Like his peak with Pirates of the Caribbean and then dealing with his ex here, he going to get back, because he's a talent and it's just going to smooth the way. But he's never going to be Johnny Depp again. You know what I'm saying? Like you get back, but you never get back, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like are they going to give him back to Pirates of the Caribbean now all of a sudden?
No, he's done. He's done. He's off done. That. He's off that. Yeah, I mean, like, unless the next one does so horribly, they want to bring him back because Disney, they're gonna keep bringing these movies out here and shoot them out there. But yeah, that role's gone. Jack Sparrow's a wrap for him. He can only hope on residuals. Let's keep it going here. I think he should file charges now, but also against both Smith, Will, and Jada for Jada pushing Will. Kind of curious any legal beavers out there that think that is there a case for Jada because they're both together? I don't know if that worked because she was in the audience, but you can try.
Not unless they have not unless they have a video of her saying "slap that bitch."
Yeah, there's some like whispering like, and then he's like, okay, and there's the accessory. I don't know, but legal minds, let me know about that one if y'all here. Let's see here. Rich dude can commit assault and no consequences, entitled BS. That's why rich people can pay for good lawyers.
And that's why
the good lawyers know the law, and then the lawyers know the judges.
Look, listen, guys. Dave knows my deep lawyer experience and whatever like that, right? So I'm gonna tell you guys one thing. I'm gonna tell you guys this one thing. This is where guys need to freaking level up, because if you can afford the right lawyer, and it seems like you have to insure yourself by making sure you level yourself up. Like Dave knows one of my biggest histories that I have, and trust me, I don't mind sharing. I spent close to mid range six figures for lawyers.
I believe it. What that story told me. Yeah. They ain't cheap, y'all. Even the cheapest lawyers are not cheap. Fellas.
I had to hire someone who was an ex-federal state prosecutor. I mean, I paid good money, and thank God that I can afford that kind of stuff. And this is where I get it. And I'm not rich. I don't consider myself rich. I don't consider myself wealthy. My thing is that you just need to make sure you put in the hard work so you don't get stuck, because the system sucks. The system sucks if you can't afford a lawyer.
That's right, fellas. So even though it may sound like BS, but here's the thing, though. Will leveled up to afford this here. So even if the worst does happen, Will is not going to jail. And that's the mentality we want all of our men to think. Yeah, it sucks that when we see rich people and they get away with stuff, but the mentality is, why don't we level up so that we have that same level of access? We shouldn't complain about it, man, because you know what? The system is not changing. So if the system's not changing, what you need to do, we need to adapt, adjust, and to correspond with it so that it can be beneficial to us. So like Mikey's saying, we're not gonna give the details, but Mikey had to get the top dog so that he could talk with me today. If you don't get the top dog, your butt could be in jail. Your butt could have a felony or record. You can't get a job. There's so many things that's involved here. And I know what you mean here by this entitled BS. But we need to have that entitled BS. We need to have that logic and thinking, saying, hey, y'all, level up, have that lawyer and retainer. So when the worst happens, we're scared we got to cut that check. But what's more important, in jail or broke and cutting the check and you're free? So that's my little PSA. It's like, yo, we get older here. We need to look at these examples to strive for.
Yeah, and one thing that, just an advice to some guys, if you guys are growing up and stuff like that, you guys have car insurances, you guys have all that. To be honest, guys, especially if you're a person of color, if you're black, if you look Latino like myself, if you all that kind of stuff, you guys should have a lawyer and retainer. You should already have a criminal lawyer ready to go. Like, just have it ready so in case, when you need to make the call. Because the last thing you want to do is trying to vet a freaking lawyer the last minute when you're already in the system. So I'm just saying, that's like a piece of advice. One of the best advice I've ever had from someone.
Hey, Eric, what are you talking about? We ain't get off Will's D and jump on Jada. What are you talking about, man? Have you been watching the live stream?
We are Jada.
I'm confused, bruh. I'm confused. I don't know what you're talking about, man. If Jada is strong and independent, she should have went up at the stage. Hey, women ain't gonna do that though. But I feel what you're saying, man.
No, but
know what she said though? I didn't need protect. Oh, real fast here. Let me just throw this tidbit here. What about the quote from People Magazine? It didn't come directly from Jada.
Okay.
It came from Jada's sources, her reps, and people made sure that this is from her camp, that she did not need protecting. She did not want Will to go on stage. She's actually embarrassed that Will did that. So the fact that her camp let this leak this week shows more disrespect, shows more crap that Jada's still doing here. Her camp should have been quiet and not saying a goddamn word. Now, People Magazine's released this here. Once again, Jada's now backdooring Will once again.
But see, that's
Can't make this up. You can't make this up, Mikey.
But if you look at what Still Above Ground says, if Jada is strong and independent, right? So, but that's the thing. It's like women like this, the way they think. When these women start, these feminist type of women start talking, I'm independent, I'm strong, this and that. They will say that up front, but in the end, no matter what, when something happens, they tag that dude and says, go do it, go defend me. Like, yeah, you're right. She can go out there and slap him, but she's not gonna have to do that because once again, it's just her projection of her strength, which she doesn't have one, which sucks.
Damn shame. I'm getting some more of these chats here. They started trickling here. Your type is leaning to the right.
My type? Or is it my camera?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Will Smith's next catchphrase will be Catch me outside. Oh, okay. Gotcha. About that, Chris. Okay, I see what you're saying here, Mark. You going in, man. Okay, side. Gotcha. Let's go here. Let's see. Get the money shot. I think Will Smith's been bottling up his anger and rage for years. Unfortunately, he cracked the worst time. Yeah, he bottled that up all right. Because a good point that the comedian Earthquake, he was on the Breakfast Club this week. Mm-hmm. He made a great analogy saying that Jada does not love Will just by her actions alone. And number two, that Will had to crack a little bit because here's probably the most media sound person in the game. White, black, or indifferent. Will has been trained and has been built to this image of the best PR people that can be. Will knows the game, all right? He is front row of the Oscars. He know FCC laws, all right? He knows the whole world is there. For him to not only go out of character and to say, disregard everything that I've learned in the last 25 years of being in hip hop, Hollywood, in general, in this game here, and I'm just gonna slap the shit out of Chris Rock. That's a snap. Is it right? But it's right, it's a snap. But
it's good for Jada.
It's great for her.
The reason why he let out that anger, right? Because some guys will snap after they've been held this long. They snap and they snap on the person that's been abusing them. He snapped on Chris. So now that he let out his juice, his manhood, the last few testosterone that he has, that means it's back to Jada controlling him. I mean, that's why when he slapped Chris, you could see Jada smile. Jada enjoyed it. She's like, yes, right. And it's like, and that's the thing. Exactly.
Yeah, she smiled, and then after the fact saying, I didn't even go up there.
Yeah, and so all of a sudden she didn't need assistance. No, if that's the case, why did you look at Will? Why is it that you smiled when he did it? When that slap happened, if you see the one from the back, her head like just jumped up. Like she enjoyed it. It was elating for her. That's the thing that she needs. And she knows that Will can't do that, what Tupac did before, so that one moment, Will probably had his dick sucked good that night just because. That's what because she's like,
before it started though.
She's like, Tupac.
Well, before it started though, they even had an Instagram post that we choose violence tonight. I don't know if you saw that. They didn't do none of the regular red carpet interviews. It seemed like they knew he was going to win. Because normally you make your media rounds, you talk to the entertainment people, you talk to the other media outlets. Normally anybody who's nominated hits every single circuit, right? Mm-hmm. Will didn't do that. Will was like, nah, we good, we chilling. And then on the Instagram post, you see them both together. We choose violence today. It seemed like something was amiss. Now, I know some people thinking that it was set up. I saw that in the chat, things of that nature. I don't know, but there's a lot of stuff that's in the air that makes you think, wow, why all these things that normally don't happen this night here? Real fast, let me get to the chat here. So Still Above Ground says, so I need to become rich so I can smack people without consequences? Good to know. Richard Porter's punishment should be the same. No. What we're saying, we're not saying you need to be rich to smack folks. We're saying you need to level up so you can get a lawyer so when it hits the fan, you ain't got to worry about going to jail. Or if you do go to jail, it's going to be very, very minimal jail time.
Yeah, and the thing
That's
though
what we're
is-
talking about here. We're not
and
trying
the-
to say get rich so you can smack people up, and then you get your lawyer to pay your retainer, and you come out. No, we're not talking about that here. We're talking about having resources so when it hits the fan, you are ready.
And it's also smart. It's not smart just because you're rich, you can smack people, then you're going to get sued all the time or things happening.
Exactly.
You're losing your money. You have to watch that self out. You have to control that thing as well. The thing though is always just being prepared and just making sure that something can happen. And then can you take a hit when something like that happens?
Facts. Let's get some more of these chats here. Okay, Jada loved her husband. She would have stopped him. Yes, you're right about that. That is so true. And that's why we're saying that Jada does not love Will. Because any woman knows that their man about to get into a fight. What do we see? No, don't go up there. I don't know how many times that if I got into an argument to a fight, and then if my lady saw me and grabs me, like, Dave, calm down. That dude, calm down. I don't know how many times that's happened to me in the past. But Jada was just sitting there, posted up.
Yeah, and you saw all the fake women out there. It was like, that's right, Will Smith should have protected his woman, this and that. Those are the type of women that if you guys know any girl that said that stuff, that answered, that's what Will Smith should have hit him. Will Smith needed to protect his wife that way. No. If you guys know any woman that has said that at one point and you hear this stuff, that this is actually a good test for some of you guys who are single talking to girls. You ask them, do you think Will Smith should have slapped Chris Rock because what he said about Jada? If the woman says yes, what you do is you dump the girl right away, or you don't be with her, or you sleep with her one night and you just ghost her. Because the thing though is right there shows that that's what she needs in a man. That's right there shows what's going on and regarding the whole thing. She's willing to, what people don't understand, most people out there, let's say for example, you don't have money like Will does, right? And then all of a sudden, here's the woman telling the guy to defend me, do something about that. Well, what if the guy can't afford a lawyer and he ends up in jail? He loses his job because he's in jail over the weekend. All that stuff, they're willing for you to do something like that and put you in harm's way just for them to get a tingle in their clit to be able to oh, that was awesome. I'm just saying.
So let me backtrack a little bit here for a second, Mike. The theme here is Will canceled, right? Reason why I said this here is because the movies that Will has out is not coming out now. So let's go down the line here with these movies here. Netflix had a movie called Fast and Loose that was in development. Now, the director had dropped out a week ago, so they was looking for a new director 2 weeks ago before this happened. But Netflix was all aboard on this here. Netflix been paying a gang of money for content. They're just dropping money.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it just seems like money to them is like water. They just, whatever it is, if it's good, cut the check, right? So that's gone right now. Also, let's see here. Apple TV had a situation here. It's called a movie called Emancipation that's supposed to be released in 2022. That's been paused now. The other movie that was going to make money, the next movie would have been $100 million weekend. Bad Boys 4. Now, if you saw the last Bad Boys movie, Bad Boys for Life,
Sucked.
It sucked, but they set it up like Fast and the Furious. You saw how they brought the new cast, that new crew at the end, and how they had a team, and in the way that was looking. It's carbon copy how they're going to branch that out to like a police version of Fast and the Furious. Because technically that was going to be the last one, but by putting that little spin on it and how the success was, you're literally looking at a 10-movie franchise. But that's on pause right now. But Michael Bay came out and said, look, I'm going to wait for Will. This movie's gonna come out eventually. We're just gonna wait. He said that in so many words, right? But for the time being, though, it don't matter what the director says. If the studio shuts it down, there's no movies right now, right?
Yeah.
So, let me ask you this question, Mike. Do you think, at this moment right now, that Will Smith is canceled, part of cancel culture?
I'll say he's paused. See, the thing though is the reason why he's not going to be canceled or paused is because it's the men complaining and not the women. The women liked what he did. Cancel culture is a woman thing. It's a feminine thing to do. So most guys are not going to be like cancel him. Guys don't do that in major setup of things. So I don't think he's canceled. I think he's paused for now, right? That's the thing to be able to put there. Will he lose some money? Of course he's going to lose some money.
Of course. The movies alone, those guaranteed checks are gone right now, at least for the time being.
Yeah.
So like that 3 movies, we're looking at 60 million minimum of the guarantee, because he gets 20 million a guarantee, depending if it's a passion project that doesn't have the budget. But these are big time. Apple, Netflix, and Bad Boys 4. He's getting his minimum. So we know for a fact 60 million's out the door right now, until this all smooths over.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna look at a lot of these guys. Gonna look into the optics. What's gonna happen is the best move for Netflix right now is give Chris Rock a 3 special deal.
Well, Chris Rock already has a Netflix deal.
Yeah, but they need to give him like a Adam Sandler deal with movies and all those kind of things.
He has that. He has $100 million.
Oh, he does
deal.
have that? See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because Dave Chappelle got a big Netflix deal, and that's continuing him producing comedies now. So the last one that came out, I believe Earthquake was actually on there. A few other he actually produced was Stan Lathan, who was not Lathan's father, who was a big time producer in the game. So Stan Lathan's behind Dave Chappelle, and I believe he's also a director and producer behind Chris Rock. What happened though is that Netflix is giving, like I said, tons of comedy checks. And I believe Chris Rock is in that $60 to $100 million range that they gave. I may be a little bit off. It may be 60 million. I can't remember for sure, but it's high 50 plus million for the specials. And he already has one or two that came out a year ago. So he's already in that Netflix fold. But with all this going on right now, who's to say that Netflix will say, you know what, Chris, think some good jokes and we'll give you another 100 milli. You know what I'm saying? You got to believe with all this much exposure, all the studios are watching Chris Rock and waiting for his answer, what's going to happen next, especially with this tour right now.
I think it won't happen till after the tour, then he's going to create his new content, and then he'll come up with the stand-up special where he's going to talk about the whole thing. So, but yeah, I don't think Will Smith is going to be canceled. He's paused. That's definitely because everyone is looking at what the population is how are they reacting to it.
So Mogman, I kept this up in the chat here. What about the reboot of Fresh Prince? Now I've actually watched that. It's 10 episodes. Will is not actually in the reboot. It's part of his whole production company, which is Overbook Productions. I will say this though, it's good. Some people may think differently. I like the fact it's a dramatic, deep show. Like, it's not the comedy sitcom. So the re-imaging of it, it's dope. But that show's not going off because the season 1 just ended. It had dang good ratings on Peacock. And so by Will not being in front of the screen, I don't think it's going to impact him with just him being behind the production part of that. So that show doesn't have any issues with that, Mogman. So I just want to put that out there. Let's see here. The next one says, maybe Bad Boys 4 will get made eventually. After all, Mel Gibson is making Lethal Weapon 5. But, hey, Lethal Weapon is taking a hard time to come back. It took like 15 years after Mel Gibson's pack of apes that his girl reportedly got, diddled on. I can't say the words because the YouTube algorithm. I can say a few curse words. I'm not gonna say those other words that Mel Gibson said about his ex there. But it was like a pack of wild whats that she got what by. And it took 15 years for the new Lethal Weapon to even get talked about here. So
yeah, he had to make all these B movies and stuff like that,
But what though? Mel messed up the game because I was a Mel Gibson fan and he really had to do that.
You know what? Here's the thing. I had no problem him doing that stuff. I had no problem with what he said. I really didn't. I'm like that's hilarious.
It was funny, but I was like, dude, come on, man, a pack of us here. A pack of us? You gotta look at the context. When you throw a pack of us here, it makes me think like, yo, was really Danny Glover really your best friend? Because I know y'all had some black conversations, man. You really think a pack of us is really doing these things here? Come on, man. I mean, the wording. Maybe because of the age where he was born, I don't know, man. That's the lingo they use. I don't know,
that's
man.
exactly what I'm just trying to say. It's also, you have, people are getting canceled for stuff that they said 20 years ago. You can't do that to people. That's 20 freaking years ago. I mean, come on. Man. It's like, because you can do that to pretty much almost everybody. Yeah. But if you really notice it, it's all the comedians that are getting tagged for previous jokes that they've done. You're not seeing it for like the action stars. The last action star that was being dinged was freaking John Wayne, and of course you expected him to say that stuff back in the days, especially in a Playboy magazine interview. But
John Wayne.
Look
at the Mog, man. He said he'd rather see Wild Wild West movie. That's sad. If you'd rather see another Wild Wild West, man, hey Mog, you need to smoke something, man. You don't need that kind of hurt in your life. Don't do that to yourself.
I like Wild Wild West, to be honest. It's because Maybe it's just
What?
because. Hold up. Maybe it's just because of the damn, the
What?
song
My
that was
glasses
attached
came off
to
of
it.
that one here.
I'm just saying, man. I'm like, like Wild Wild West is one of those movies you can watch while you're high in the couch and just like drinking and stuff like that.
I can't even watch that one high.
I'm just
man.
like,
I can't even watch that one high, man. It's just that bad for me, man. I've watched some bad movies high, and that one can't even make the list.
You know what? Talk about that.
You better than me, Mike. I gotta give it to you. You better than me, man.
The best one though to fucking watch when you're high is freaking Avengers Endgame. It's like 3D, especially my 72-inch TV. When you're, I'm just saying, it's like 3D. It's like oh Hulk, oh Thor. I'm just saying, like,
hey, say less. I got 70 inches upstairs, man. Say less. I might
Watch-
just turn it on. I might just
serious,
turn it on
dude.
and do it after this
Watch
live
it.
stream here.
Watch
I
it.
might just go ahead and do that. The sunglasses are already on, so you can't see my eyes. So hey,
I'm just saying.
hey, shout out to Andrew here. He's one of the day ones here. Personally, I'd rather have the respect of millions of men rather than one witch. Even if he doesn't get canceled, men around the world don't respect Will Smith.
And that's a perfect example because even Will Smith wants that. You see, he knows he can't get the respect of his woman. He's been working for that all his time. So that's why when you show that video, when he started talking about his social media, how people views him, that made him into a man because I was like, my social media, So yeah, because he knows he can't get the respect of his woman.
Hey, check it out. Selma Hayek's the only reason to watch that film. Hey, you know what? Selma
Selma Hayek is the only reason why to watch any freaking movie,
Hey,
man.
she still can get it. I was watching that new what was it? The new Marvel's Eternals. I forgot what one she was in
Eternals.
there. Yeah, in her 50s, she's still thick. She still can get it.
No, that movie with her and Samuel Jackson and that one comedic actor that owns Mint Mobile. Forgot his name. But yeah, she looks good, man.
She can get it, man. She still can get it. I like the Wild Wild West TV show. Will Smith did an awesome version to it. We still talking about Wild Wild West here. Damn. Mac, only if they show more of Selma Hayek. True.
Mm-hmm.
And No Man Watch A-Team. High especially tank scene. Okay. So let me get to. Let's see. What do I got here? Before I lose my train of thought here. We said the Will Smith movies here.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Rock. Let's see here. Let me move this over here. Okay, I think I got most of my notes here. So let me pull the chat away from here. Let me get my thoughts here. Do I think Will's going to get canceled?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, yes. Yes, you call the pause. That's a good analogy because the studios don't want to touch him right now because Will Smith is a magnet, but there's going to be a revolt against him. So any movie that's going to come out, you're not going to get the full fanfare. Studios know that. Like there could be some studios that may think, hey, he could be such a pariah that everybody might show up, but you don't want to take that chance. So any movie that could probably do 20 or 30 million opening weekend, I think they probably think like this probably can do 5 or 10 if we're lucky. We don't want to take that chance that people who rock with him don't want to come out no more. Let's pause him. Let him go to his self-imposed rehab. Let him get his mind right. Let the people miss him. Let them build anticipation. Like, oh, you know what? Maybe we were too hard on Will a few years ago. We want to see that new Will Smith movie and stuff like that. And then next year, what's going to be the first one that's going to come out? Bad Boys 4. And then he's back on top by 2025. That's the way I look at it right now. Because I don't see a full cancel because you know who rocks with Will Smith? The E channel. And you know what's on all damn day today? Was goddamn Hitch. Now, don't get it twisted. I love me some Eva Mendes. I wasn't watching for Will. I was watching for Eva. Is Eva in that movie? Was it Eva Mendes? Yeah. Oh my God. Oof.
Yeah, it was Eva Mendes. Hitch.
Man, yeah. So, but here's the thing though. It was on all day. E is known to put a movie on and then they'll just rotate that throughout the entire day. Like they'll play Pretty Woman like 16 times in the day. It makes no damn sense. Pretty Woman's been out like 30 years ago. Why is it on all damn day on a Saturday? Anyways, but they're doing that with Will Smith right now. E is making sure that they're trying to be in the Will Smith business. They're like, hey, Will, we know you slapped Chris Rock, but you know what we're going to do? Here's Hitch all day on a Sunday right before Easter. Here you go, baby.
Because once again, it's what do you think freaking Hollywood is with the whole feminist movement and how it took over that stuff? That's what they're doing. They're protecting their side. But I mean, I'm sorry to say, he may be in a pause, but let's talk about maybe a reset. I think
Okay.
The reason why is I don't think he's going to be worth $20 million a movie anymore.
Well, I'll backtrack because he makes everything through his production company. So technically he pays himself. So
Okay.
So from a technical, me being nitpicking standpoint, he can dictate whatever check he wants when it comes to Overbrook, and then from Overbrook, the major studio like
Okay.
MGM and Miramax will pay. So if it's a blockbuster like Bad Boys 4, he's gonna get that check. The passion
Sure.
projects, I think, goes a little bit lower, but that's the main reason why you start your own production company, so you can cut your own check. See, that is one of the things that I learned in boxing with Floyd Mayweather. So people didn't believe like, hey, how Floyd Mayweather makes all this money. You create your corporation to cut the check to yourself to protect yourself. So
Sure.
of course, when he was making all this money, the corporate, the distributor was Showtime, and then of course he was working with Golden Boy or whoever the case may be, would pay Mayweather Promotions. Mayweather Promotions then would cut the check to he right into himself here that gives him the $100 million. So I look at that as a stair step. The way Will Smith is that he's still gonna get his $20 million. Because he did everything right by having his own production company, his own studio that's going to pay him out, and he gets to pick his own projects.
Well, yeah. So that's the fun part, right? So he can pick his own projects, but then the question is, will he be supported by the studio? Will the studio say it's okay for this much? Because it's also he has to say how much it's going to cost, right? So if he's a producer, he has to come up with the money and all that stuff as much as possible. But I mean, look at King Richard. Yeah, it was Oscar worthy, but let's be honest. I mean,
That wasn't 20. That was a passion project. He didn't get 20 for that one. That was the passion project joints. You know what I'm saying?
But
That's
still,
what I was meaning.
But still, look, it grossed 38 million, but the budget was 50 million, so they took a loss.
Yeah, they did take a loss now. So I guess they're hoping for pay-per-view and online on-demand.
No one's
sales,
gonna
and then
pay. No one's gonna do pay-per-view for freaking. For that.
I know that. I'm saying
so,
that it might break even at the end. I'm saying when you do pay-per-view, you do on-demand, then you do that when it gets licensed to HBO or Cinemax and Showtime. I'm just saying that just from a nerd standpoint for me,
Sure.
it might break even in the next 5 years.
and
if it's
that's
that much, if it's behind the budget, then so. But from your point though, Mikey, that's an L because you want that money now. You're not trying to make up that money down the line. So that is an L. So you are right. I'm just being a nerd right now.
And if you look at a majority of his movies that's been coming out, they've been taking L's left and right. I mean, let's not even talk about that stupid movie he had with his son. I mean, he's taking L's left and right.
Wasn't that supposed to be based on the Scientology theme point as well?
I have no clue if it was. Yeah,
I actually tried to watch that. I got maybe 40 minutes into it, and I literally said, "This is some bullshit," and I turned it off. And I have not tried to watch it again. I literally tried to watch it, people. I gave it 40 minutes, and you know what though? It was the hardest 40 minutes of my goddamn life. But,
yeah, so that's the thing right there. It's like, you know, in the end, he's gonna realize he's not gonna be worth that much. If I was Chris Rock, go in there and get his money now before he starts running out of money. And you know what? Once stuff starts running dry a little bit, you know, Jada's gonna try to push to get her 30-year-old. She's gonna do one of those moves where she's gonna try to get that last 30-year-old, 20-year-old that she can get. Because, you know, if you really look at it,
that's what they're all doing. All the actors are doing that. They always get a bum pookie dude in their 20s to bang out their backs when they lose the good dude. Look at Tiffany Haddish. She broke up with Common, and she's dating a broke rapper right now.
They all doing that. Nicki Minaj, everyone's doing it.
Nicki Minaj married her Pookie high school sweetheart boyfriend who was accused and was actually convicted of sexual assault here. Nicki Minaj, who was on top of the world, is one of the best female rappers of all time, and her sales showcased that there, still married a Pookie and Ray Ray.
I want it to happen though.
You do?
Fuck yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I want these things to be happening to women. I want it. I want this whole stuff to just like implode on women, because as you start seeing this stuff out, you need these women: Jada, Tiffany Haddish, Nicki Minaj, Kim Kardashian. All of these women need to start doing what we know they're going to be doing, because it's happening. The reason for that is women are going to start seeing that their people that they look up to are put in that position, and that's going to be potentially them. I want it to start happening because this explodes it and shows it to people what's going to start happening and what's going to start going. Yeah, I want it to keep on happening. I want all this stuff because I want women to learn a lesson from this whole thing. And so let them do it. We can talk about it. It's wrong. It sucks for them. We know what's going to end up happening. But you know for a fact that Nicki Minaj is not going to be able to make it long lasting of her making money in the future. She's going to die. You know, her career is going to die. Then her man is just gonna eat up the rest. We all know where this is gonna end up.
I will give Nicki Minaj credit for at least marrying her baby daddy. See, her high school sweetheart slash sexually assaulted, convicted, whatever you want to put that on there. At least she married him. That's something we don't see is our ladies actually marrying their significant others or the baby daddy, whatever the case, whatever label we want to put out there. As jacked up as it is, at least she married him.
Yeah, no, that's a good thing that she married him.
Yeah.
Why? Because the fact is, unless they have a prenup or whatever like that, he's gonna get some money.
Oh, he's no prenup involved. She know that she got that dude locked down. It's like, look, you good with me, but when we gone, you ain't getting jack. I know the fact that he already had that assault case on him before they even got married. This happened 15, 20 years ago. So of course, that she had her people put an ironclad like, "Yo, I love you, but here's some papers." And of course, him being a Pookie and Ray Ray, I know he signed it. He's living the good life. He moved. He moved to California, and he good.
But that's the thing. It's like, it's fun to watch what happens where a lot of women think that they can get the best of the best, but these women realize that once you get to the top, you're gonna have to go down. So
let me get to Andrew's point here. He says, why do you think Will doesn't just divorce her already? His children are grown up and he really has nothing to lose at this point. I think a divorce is the first step to redemption. Andrew, I agree wholeheartedly. But here's the thing, though, that's jacked up with Will's mentality that I hoped his so-called rehab helps him out with. Mm-hmm. He's a person that's repeatedly said, I do not believe in divorce, which is asinine because you divorced your first wife and he said that. So when he got with Jada, he said that, well, I don't want to believe in divorce. This is going to last forever. That's why he said bad marriage for life. But he constantly contradicts himself by not wanting to have divorce, but he's already been through that again. So there is something involved in Will's mentality that's saying that this has got to work no matter what. I don't care how bad it is. I do not want to go through a divorce. Now, when it comes to money, like I say, it's worth $300 million. We don't know if there's a prenup involved, but it's California that he does. One of his residents in California. So we know Jada could easily get half. But even if he had to give her half, he is still worth over $200 million, $150 million. And he can make that up through dividends and his investments and all that crap in no time. If he really just made a hard push, like I got to give Jada $100 million, let me go ahead and do 3 or 4 movies, do some investments. I get that money back in a year or two. When you're that rich, right? Mm-hmm. But there is something up here, Mike, and I don't know if you agree with me this or not, that for someone who's already been through divorce, but always claimed throughout his entire time, don't want to go through divorce, and you still hold on to this logic here that's ass backwards. It doesn't make sense. There's got to be something going on with his childhood. I know that he dealt with, some sort of abuse with his father, but there's got to be something there for him to think this way, even though that he's already committed the act of divorce. It's backwards.
Well, Jada is his cheerleader, right? So, and I'm not talking cheerleader that she cheers him on. Think about it like when we were all in high school. And then, for guys that won't ever admit it, every guy has simped at one point in their lifetime. So you have this particular woman that you've always wanted, right? That you can always have. But what ends up happening is you end up having them when they're used up already. And that's when they're available, okay? So what ended up happening, he's been wanting Jada all this time, all that stuff available. But, once again, he was married also. So the question, what I want to be able to look after this is like, when did he divorce his woman? Was it right after Pac died so that he could jump in for Jada? That's one question.
It didn't.
So,
they were
because Jada became
then
available, he says that, so he was in the friend zone. He finally thinks that he can finally move up on the line because that's when he was also starting to get big in the movies as well. Promised her the world. He straight up simped on her. But at the very same time as he simped on her so much that she was one of those more masculine framed women and she controlled him, and she's controlled him ever since. So he's not going to divorce her. It's going to take a hell of a realization for him to leave her. And at the very same time, is because if he's psychologically in a way abused by the woman, then you have to understand is we always ask a lot of these girls who gets abused all the time, right? Why don't you just leave that man that's abusing you? They can't, because their only form of survival is to be able to be around that abusive behavior, because they actually need that person to keep on giving them the cheers that they have. They may abuse them, but then when they're just hoping that she says, oh, you were sexy today. Oh, you defended me today. He needs that validation. So just like what you said, Dave, where there's got to be something going on in the back of his head, there is and has to be, but he has that need to always get validated by her. And that's the biggest problem. That's why he's willing to let her emasculate him in public.
And before I keep going here, you see in the chat here, go to Mikey's channel and subscribe to it, man. Yeah, you see me by myself in my reactions, but if you see me do the live streams from my old show here that I used to be on, Mikey been rocking with me here. So if y'all rocking with me here, go to the link, man, and so go ahead and subscribe to his channel, man. Mike's doing good work, man. He out here in these YouTube streets. He out here banging. He out here popping. He out here doing things. You know, I just got to put that out there. I got to show support for the bro. You know what I mean? Go to his channel. Don't do him dirty. Go there. All right? Do your boy a good. All right? Let's see here. Get some more of these chats here. Members of Mike's Desperados.
Desperados.
Will's best role. Best supporting simp. Y'all killing me. What up, Roy? I've seen Dave see my jokes and try not to laugh and move past it. Okay, still got you there. There's a couple of wires inside his head that are yep, you got that right. What's up in here, Roy, man? Mike is a bum.
Don't worry about it. That's Roy. I know he's messing around with me right now.
What's up, Roy? Oh, boy. Here. Whoa, we've been going on for an hour and a half here, Mike. I said I was going to do an hour tonight. I didn't know this was going to happen here, man. That's how it happens when you start live streaming. You start talking, you know, and you start talking to the chat, and next you know, here it's going on 2 hours. Let's see here. What else? What we got here, Mike? Oh, yeah, man. I'm in Chicago, baby. Shoot, I drove past 2 Portillo's today before I got on the live stream, man. I was at a Portillo's by my crib here. There's a Portillo's by my old crib. Hey, Portillo's. Matter of fact, there's another Portillo's the opposite way. I could have went past through 3 Portillo's, and I actually thought about getting some, but I didn't do it, you know. But there might be some Portillo's in my life this week, though.
But man, the best Portillo's was the one in B-Brook. Remember the old school diner? But remember the old school diner one before they moved on? But man, that was like that was the best.
To show in our age, that was in the 80s.
Yep.
Down Bolingbrook off of Route. It was off of
Boughton.
It was Boughton. Yes.
Boughton 53.
53.
Chase.
And it used to be, well, that was the old one. That's the second old one. There was an older Portillo's. See, that was the white Portillo's where the Chase at. There was an old one, Mikey, across the street where the old Sona Video used to be at.
Oh, Sona Video, man.
Shout out to my people who know about the suburbs and Chicagoland suburbs. There was this video store called Sona Video back in the 80s. They used to have, just to show my age, I used to go there when they had Betamax. Oh, yeah. They had Betamax, the first VHSs, and then they moved over where those old Portillo's is at, and then we had a Blockbuster that come in 88. That's what I'm showing my age. The first Blockbuster came in 88, and Bolingbrook actually had a 708 area code. Shout out to that.
Old schools, man.
Yeah, old school. Yeah, so Portillo, a long story long. Yeah, I'm by Portillo's, bro. I'm by Portillo's.
Portillo's.
You say, eating those year down? Oh, yeah, sometimes. You know, I mean, they're not the same no more, man. They ain't the same. They falling off, bro. I mean, there's one across the street from me, and I haven't had them like in 3 or 4 years, man. So you got to go to the heart of the city to get them now. And even then, you know. Ed DeBevis. Oh, my God. I haven't heard that name in a long time. I used to live across the street from that when I lived in Lombard, Mikey, and I have that spot in the mall in Oakland, Lombard Mall. They used to have Ed DeBevics in there. I don't know if it's still there anymore. It's probably closed by now.
I think they closed down all the Bevics. They're gonna reopen up again, I think.
Rocking the Bears? Nah, man, I'm off the Chicago narcotic, bro. I used to be a diehard Chicago fan, and I am a true sports fan. If you talk sports with me, I'm OCD, I'm Rain Man. I know stats up and down. Y'all just don't know about this life here that I know. But here's what I'm telling y'all. When you live in the Chicago life, it's absolutely goddamn miserable. Okay? Now, even though the Bulls doing good this year, then we made the playoffs, I'm off the narcotic. I'm a basketball fan, not a Bulls fan anymore. Because you want to know something? These last 20 years of Paxson and Gar Forman running the office was a shit show. The Bears, same thing. We keep changing the front office every 3 or 4 years. And you want to know something? When I killed my diehard status and became just a sports fan of all teams and all sports, man, this life is a lot easier,
better.
babe. Life is better, man. It's like, I mean, it's literally like being the drug addict. Getting off the Chicago narcotics. I don't care. We won championships. The White Sox won, 15 years ago. If you support the Cubs, they won about 7 years ago, right? You know, our Bulls championships were years ago. Bears, I don't care. The Blackhawks been won recently, right? Nah. Get off the narcotic, people. Your life
because you're sick and tired of you're sick and tired of that. There's always next year.
Yeah.
That you know you don't want that stuff.
Now, big question: are you a Sox or Cubs fan? I'm Southside, baby. I'm Sox. I used to stay on 42nd.
Sox all the way.
See, I have family in the North Side who rock with the Cubs, and I don't get down with that, because the North Siders. I got people on the North Side. But every time I go there, there'll be always some drama, always be some problems. But you know what though? 42nd and King for a second, so I represent the South Side, Bronzeville area. If you're not Bronzeville, but next door to Bronzeville.
If you're Chicago Cubs, you're part of the Boys Town. That's Boys Town. Wrigleyville is just a few blocks away from Boys Town, so that's the Cubs.
Hey, J&J's Fish and Chick. Hey, I almost bought J&J shrimp today. I drove past a spot because the J&J by me have the best jumbo shrimp. Oh my God, the jumbo shrimp are like this freaking big and like this thick. And
man. When I get back to Chicago, I'm gonna have to go to JJ's. I haven't been to JJ's since so long.
Hey, let me know when you come back in town, and I got you.
Yeah, man.
We gonna pick out some extra lemon pepper on them bad boys, man. That's how we do it here. Extra lemon pepper. But yeah, I drove past it 2 times. I was like, do I really want that jumbo shrimp? I didn't do it today.
I want some catfish.
Oof. Man,
good Lord.
Seafood sounds good right now.
Good Lord.
This supposed to be a podcast, and we talking about some seafood. And
that's what I'm saying. Let's move on this one.
Man, we got to link up, Mike, and get some food, man. Hey, do you got Portillo's in Florida?
Yeah. There's one in Brandon. I just went there the other day.
Okay. We got to check out the food game when I come out there, man. Let's see. We got my boy Kevin in the house, man. He checking out my videos, man. What up, D? All right, from Rockwell Gardens, but in Milwaukee now. Packers all day. Oh, you in Milwaukee? I got my cousins in Milwaukee. On my pop side of the family, man. So shout out to Milwaukee. I ain't been out there in I say a couple of years, man, but shout out to Kevin, man. He be in my videos, man. He be showing the love, man.
Milwaukee got a good foodie scene, man. I love Milwaukee food. There's a lot of nice places over there.
I used to go to Milwaukee a lot when Jacob was living out there. You know our boy Jacob, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when he used to live about like 10 minutes from the stadium, the Bucks Stadium. So I used to go to Milwaukee to go to Bucks games, so we used to hang out, stuff like that, so yeah, shout out to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Don't forget, Bugs Diner in Chicago, they serve cooked cockroaches, crunchy, and they leave the legs on smooth, and they take them. Oh, shit. I'm good.
No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good, Dave.
That lemon pepper. Hey, yo, that lemon pepper's crack. Hey, matter of fact, I didn't have JJ's the other day. I had something else that's something like JJ's, but I had to get that extra lemon pepper, and then they known for their lemonades. I need to pull it up. Who did I hit up, man? They known for their lemonades, man, but lemon pepper. Yeah, that's illegal. Yeah. Okay, I got one from Roy here. This is gonna spark some debate here. New York pizza, Chicago pizza. Here's the thing, Roy. I can speak on this.
Yeah.
See, I can speak on this. Know why I can speak on this? Because not only your boy lives out here in Chicago, your boy also works in New York. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your boy travels for work, okay? I have a decent job. So I'm in Manhattan, and I'm also in Chicago. I make it a point that every time I go to New York to try a different pizza spot. All my co-workers, I stay, I'm literally in the Seashore District, right by ESPN. I travel I go to Brooklyn, I go to the Village, I go to try different pizzas all the time. Been in the job for 7 years. Wanna know something? Go
ahead, man.
You wanna know something?
Go ahead, man.
Y'all New Yorkers can't touch Chicago on goddamn pizza.
Hate to say it. Chicago pizza.
Y'all New Yorkers cannot do jack on Chicago pizza. And if y'all gonna try to say some deep dish stuff, people in Chicago do not eat deep dish. That's for the tourists. We don't touch deep dish. We only eat deep dish when family come in town. So we want to talk about pizza. New York, y'all ain't got it. I'm there all the time. I'm in y'all streets. Y'all take me to y'all best spots. And you know what I do? I eat it. Fills me up. Go ahead and have a drink for the night. And you know what I say? You know what I say? Dang, I gotta have another slice. I never say that. I need to get another slice of that. I need to go back there. I have never said that to any pizza spot in New York. Ever.
Yeah. I mean, we are known for deep dish pizza, but
we don't eat it though.
Those mom and pop pizza places where they cut it on squares instead of the full slices. Those are the places that you go for, man. Like, yeah.
So for anybody in my tribe here, I rock with my New York people. I said when I go back to New York, I'm going to be in New York this summer, actually, because my job, we open up the budget again. Let y'all know. So we already talking when I'm being in Manhattan. So shout out to y'all. We'll do a meetup. We're going to hit up this summer, hit these streets up here. But when it comes to this goddamn pizza, my New York brothers, y'all ain't got jack on. Here's the thing.
Get the regular crust Chicago style pizza, not Chicago deep dish.
Here's the thing I'm going to say here. You say you can't debate New York Chicago pizza. They two different kinds. Yes, you can. It's called about damn taste, Mog man. It's a taste thing. All right.
Plus, also, we're not talking about deep dish. There's another Chicago style pizza that people don't talk about, which is not the deep dish.
Here's what I'm gonna say here. I got spots in the suburbs that will kill any New York spot. They're not even name brand pizza joints. There's a place literally walking distance from my place here. It's called Marciano's in Aurora. All right. Marciano's will hurt any spot in New York.
Yeah,
I got $100 for any of my people that want to come to Chicago when we do a meetup.
Call Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say, you know what? Come try this spot here, and I'm gonna tell you, y'all don't know what y'all. And this is a suburb spot. I'm not even going to spots in the city. All right, I'm just gonna put it out there. We got spots in the suburbs that kill New York all day. And you know what though? I'll be in the streets, and then y'all, I'll pull up. I'm going hard right now. I don't care. I'm going hard.
Because they use that deep dish crust, but they make it thin. So it's like that nice buttery crust, flaky crust. They make it thin, and then they put the cheese though, man. I'll tell you, but I'm just saying. Yep.
Yo, man, I'm just telling you, New York. And here's the thing, I eat it. Don't get it twisted.
Chicago pizza, New York pizza is good.
I'm not saying it's nasty. I'm just saying that I have not come across a place that says, you know what, I need to order that again.
But then I'm gonna say something crazy here because I'm gonna say Detroit pizza over New York pizza anytime.
Ooh. Oh, you open up another debate now about Detroit pizza. Now I need my Michigan people to show where Michigan at in the house.
Detroit pizza over New York pizza. I hate to say,
7 to 8 mile cats at 7 mile, 8 mile. Where y'all at?
You get your crust all around. I'm just saying, you got that burnt crust all around. I'm sorry to say, but like Detroit pizza over New York pizza, because I can get my the thin pizza in Chicago for good, but
what's David saying? He says Memphis beef barbecue ribs for me.
Memphis in May. Oh, bro, I keep forgetting we left you that one time.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Memphis at May.
This was like 14 years. This was like 14 years ago.
Best thing ever.
I called Mikey up, and this fool with one of our other friends and my cousin that I don't really talk to anymore. We're on a freaking road trip to freaking Memphis with some damn barbecue.
Memphis at May, bro. Best trip ever, man.
I shouldn't be talking to you no more, Mikey.
That was a really. We were like, man, we were actually rocking some Tupac and Biggie around that time. Man, that was Memphis at May barbecue. I swear, some of the best barbecue I had was during a Memphis in May. That was some good stuff. Yeah.
I gotta make a trip. I gotta go back to Tennessee, man. I gotta make that trip for that barbecue, man.
But they have the worst strip clubs ever. That's all I can say.
All right, Pedro. Let's see the pie crust and the cheese. I wasn't saying deep dish, and I wasn't saying New York, Chicago. I'm saying there's no choice. If you had a legit Chicago flaky crust, there's no debate. No.
Yeah, so he's saying Chicago all the way. Mog is going Chicago.
Yeah. Thin crust only. Here's what I'm gonna say here: it's thin crust, extra thin crust. That's the way I get down with. I go flaky. Extra cheese. Yeah. So Oh, what's Roy saying here?
Especially in the brick oven.
Detroit, you can't even drink their water. Hey, you know what though? That's true.
I can afford bottled water. I can afford bottled water.
Hey, Roy, we just gotta do bottled water. I got family in Flint. I have family in Flint forever. I know what you mean. Yeah, it's bottled water, bro.
And then get yourself some RC Cola. If you're really down, then you get yourself some RC Cola with that.
Hey, there you go, Mike. The burnt cheese on that flaky crust.
Yep, exactly.
That little burnt on there. Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about here.
All right, dude, I'm getting hungry, man.
Yeah, we do have the cheese beef, Kevin. Yeah. Thin crust, yes. We gotta get to these chats here.
Besides, Philly cheese is overrated, anyways. Oh, I went there. Philly cheese.
Oh.
It's overrated. I'm just saying.
No one is going anywhere. You got that right. There ain't no one going for no water. Yeah. Oh man, how do we turn this to a food segment here?
This is how it goes, man. Sometimes we go different directions, but I mean, this is cool.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, so we want to hear if y'all think something's better than Chicago pizza. I'm gonna curse y'all out, but I still want to hear y'all. I mean, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal if I curse y'all out if you think something better than Chicago pizza, thin crust. But we can have the debate. Just know you can get cursed out because there's nothing beating Chicago. There's nothing beating Chicagoland suburbs thin crust pizza. I'm gonna go there. Suburbs pizza kills any pizza in the nation.
Them Chicago Italians, man. Those suburban Italians.
I'm gonna give y'all the stinky face, i.e. ass face. That's how good the pizza is. Yeah. Yo, we're gonna have to close down shop here in a second.
All right, man.
This was fun tonight, man. We talked about Will Smith being canceled, and yeah, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm not gonna do too much Will Smith anymore after this. It's been 2 weeks. I only did 2 live streams. I saw a whole bunch of the content creators. Shout out to them doing the Will Smith gang because they did so much on it. I didn't need to touch it. I was just doing I was doing my regular content because y'all keep me in. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. He's been going ham on it. He's my mentor. I don't know him, but even though that I'm so busy on my channel, it's kind of hard to follow other content creators. He is the one I still follow every day. So shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, because you see a lot of my content on him. Shout out to Lead Attorney. You know I did some content on him. Shout out to all the black YouTube. Y'all killing it. Shout out to Lapeef Network. That's all my people, even though I don't know them. They're the reason why I'm in the game here right now. So I just want to put that out there, man. Shout out to the content creators and YouTube while we here, because obviously y'all don't want to watch regular TV right now. You're tired of terrestrials. You want to see a regular cast like you and me talk this out and bring y'all in here, So I appreciate y'all rocking with me here. And shout out to today. Today's video that I posted has been my best video that I posted so far. Not just the views, the engagement, the comments. Some of y'all even call me gay. You know what I'm saying? So
I've heard them all.
I made it now that women are calling me gay. They're calling me a queen now. So
because that means you're hitting it, and women are getting mad because they've been called out, man. So when women start using that on you, man, you hit the spot. And more than likely, they're probably sharing it with the other girls, man. They're sharing.
So shout out to y'all.
Look at this guy with a turtleneck and some braids on.
He wears the same turtlenecks every episode.
The same turtleneck. I bet you he ain't washing that turtleneck anymore.
I bet he got grease stains somewhere in there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hey, and for y'all getting me about my shirts here, and I'm wearing the same shirts. And I want to say this here. For the people that want to try to insult me in your comment section,
they're watching right now in the background.
You're wasting your time right now. I just want to say that if y'all gonna insult me about my turtlenecks, so the hell what? I'm gonna keep rocking. And though I'm doing some shopping here online. There's gonna be more turtlenecks. Turtleneck gang stand up,
bro. You should go bust out what's his name from Archie. Like just doing the Jughead thing, putting your turtleneck over your head. Be like, "What's up, ladies?" Will Jada inherit everything if he commits suicide?
Hey, before we go here, I want to get the last these chats and then we're gonna call it a night.
Yeah.
So let's see here. From Will slapping to movies to food. You got that right.
That's the way to do it.
All right, New York hot dog or Chicago hot dog? Chicago. It's Chicago all day. Sorry. Texas barbecue. I rock with Texas barbecue.
Hate papaya, so I ain't doing New York.
Brisket. I love me some brisket. Had some brisket the other day. I'm all about that brisket life, baby. The old school task on the waterfront. Okay. Ribs all day. I actually had some fried ribs the other day. That's actually pretty decent.
Dude, ribs on an air fryer works well.
Oh yeah, I just bought an air fryer, my second air fryer. So yeah,
bro, ribs air fried, and you use that what do you call this thing? The Puerto Rican put some sazon in it and some mojo, and then it's good stuff.
All about that beef. You got that right, Mog. Yep. What up? What you got here, Roy? Dry rub rib. Hey, there's nothing wrong with some dry rub. Hey, matter of fact, I might have some dry rub this week, man. We talking this rib game up for real, man. What is Victor saying? Will Jada inherit everything if he commits suicide? Hopefully he doesn't kill her and himself. This doesn't last another year. Watch. And here's the thing, though, Victor, real fast. If Will murked himself, Jada gets it all. Unless she's involved in the murking.
And she wins. She gets
it all.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
That's plain and simple.
I mean, you said the word. I said maybe 15 more years of this. He's gonna, like I said earlier, he's gonna get Robin Williams. You know.
Roy, what is better? Like, ooh, you know what?
and that came in from Dave, because Dave's a 61, I think Dave is. That's crazy.
Shut him in the closet. Okay. Dave, start trolling for real. Paint one nail for the okay. Nah, I'm not gonna do that, man. I'm not painting no nails. I get it. I do get petties and manis. If you talk to me, I got my petty and mani the other day, so I ain't pay. It's all clear. I don't.
You know I'm game for that too, man. Nothing wrong taking care of yourself a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh man, dude. Where I go to Fox Valley Mall. to get my petties and manis.
You get
They
your mani
know-
pedi from a Vietnamese woman?
Yeah.
She do
oh,
your nail? She
here's-
do your
here's-
nail?
Here's how it goes down now. They know me personally now. The old lady who runs the spot only does work on me now. She won't let the young women work on me. She comes on me and give me a good massage.
she likes-
I get the hot stones on my calves, you know, and they get the rubbing and hand. She make me feel like a brand new man.
The only good Vietnamese nail salons are the one next to the Chinese masseuse places. You go there after.
Well, Mikey, I know why you going there. You trying to do some things after the fact, you know.
I'm just
You
saying.
know, you just saying, but
I'm just saying.
I don't do the colored nails. These are clears. This got them done on Thursday, right? These are clear joints. But you know what though? Self-care, I'm all about that because I want to let y'all know one thing, fellas. Ladies do not like dirty nails. Ladies do
Watch
not
out, man.
like the.
Watch out, man. They're gonna start giving you the G word again.
Hey, I don't care because you know what though? You can call me the queen all day you want. You know what though? I bet you one thing though. If you want me to go into my toxic masculinity, I can get the women out there if I wanted to.
Yep.
I don't go there like that. I'm just saying though, you can call me that all day. I'll just let you know one thing. Ladies like clean nails. Mm-hmm. They like the fact that you take care of yourself. So you can call me queen all day long.
Yep.
You be queen of your dirty nails and be alone.
Yep.
Let's get your last chance and then we're going to get out of here. So I meant Taste Chicago on the waterfront. You know what I'm talking about. The old one, not the new one. And hey, Taste
It's
Chicago
ghetto now. It's
Taste
ghetto
Chicago's
now.
a wrap. Here's the thing though.
Yeah, it's
The Taste Chicago is not as long as it used to be. You don't have the same vendors. And then on top of that too, if you've been here as long as I have, you've eaten everything there Chicago has to offer. The top restaurants do not come to the Taste anymore. So your best bet is just to Google or Yelp, and then if you find your best restaurant you want to go to, just make the reservation and go. Don't wait for the Taste. It's a waste of time unless you're just trying to hang out in Grant Park and you just want to be around people. But even now, it's freaking overrated. The Taste is not the same no more, y'all.
yeah. Unless you want to,
Same.
you just want that picture with that freaking giant, turkey leg or something like that. But that's it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's get the rest of these here. I missed the beginning, still at work, but it's on and went off for a pill love. Holla at my brother. That's right, Kevin. Hey, you can catch the replay, man. Don't worry about it. You know I'm dropping videos every day anyway, so we all good, bro. So when's Dave coming to the Philippines and taking a trip to Thailand? Hey, I can't make Mikey. You going to the Philippines in a few months, right?
No, I'm going Philippines in end of July, August. I'm going
yeah.
to Colombia next month.
Okay, my man. I'm not going to the Philippines with Mikey this time. But now that since I'm full time on YouTube now, after this trip here with Mikey, I will be taking a Philippines trip. That's only because I'm going to Vegas in next month in May, so I got to go to the New York in June or July. So my summer's kind of booked here, and I got to visit him in Florida after that whenever he comes back here. So Philippines is on the schedule on Mike's next trip. So that's there. It's on the docket.
Bro,
He's got- I just gotta wait for
we're
him to
gonna
come
have
back.
to get Jesse to come out, just make it
Yeah.
a boys trip, man. It'll be fun.
Yes. Let's see here.
some
We got
fun
Victor. People will laugh at me, but thank you for answering my question. I don't want it to happen, but the darkness is more people realize. Think Donny Hathaway, Heath Ledger. Good point. Donny Hathaway, one of the greatest singers of all time that people have forgot about, man. Good point, man. I love you some Donny Hathaway, man. If y'all don't know who Donny Hathaway is, just go ahead and pull his music up and you start crying. With no alcohol and no weed.
But I mean, but yeah, I mean, Heath Ledger, great. But the thing though is, I mean, the person you can compare him to really is Robin Williams, man, because Robin Williams
Yeah.
was a freaking comedic with some serious acting as well. So,
David Doe says, I'm purple pill. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Ladies don't like dirty nails. They like the dirty men. Good point, Roy. They like dirty men. Shout out to Tommy Lee. Hey, yep. Why I said the old school taste, not the new crap new one? Okay. Yeah, it's all good, man. We're going to get to the last of these here. Mike, little bro, they did a good job pinning your Irish ears back.
I know, man. My 25% Irish.
Hey, what's up, Brentismo? This is my man. He's been hitting up all the video comments, man. Shout out, man. I'm sad that I'm only catching this late. Going to have to catch the replay. Hey, don't worry about it. Catch the replay. And you know I drop videos every day, bro. I respect you, man. You coming every day doing it real, man. And Roy coming with that 70s soul. Man, all right, cool. So, yeah, we're going to shut this down, and we're going 2 hours tonight. I don't do live streams often because, I just want to send a shout out to everybody who's rocking with me. The videos I'm dropping. I'm just saying I do work a full-time job, and I'm dropping videos every day, sometimes 2 videos a day, sometimes 3 videos a day. And then I'm in the live streams talking with y'all too as well. So it's not going unnoticed. I rock with y'all and I appreciate y'all with my YouTube journey here. So thank you very much for being here with me, because I literally could be here by myself, talking to myself here with probably one other person besides Mike here, which I've done in many live streams about a year or two ago, you know? So the fact that y'all here on y'all Sunday evening when y'all could be doing anything, it could be bun season. Y'all could be getting that going on right now. You could be eating some Portillo's right now. You know, you getting that wet, gushy. But you know what though? Y'all here talking with me right now and Mikey. So we appreciate y'all with that, man. Mike, you got any last things to say before we cut out of here?
No, man, I think this was a good live number 2, man. So congratulations on that, man.
Yeah, man. Live number 2, man. And I got to join on your lives, man, because you're a veteran in these YouTube streets now. So we got to
trying to be.
As well. You know, before I go here, did I do this one more time? Yes, one more time. This is Mike's channel. I just want to put this on the screen here. So go ahead and subscribe to his channel, Philippine Journey. So for anybody looking for advice on some beautiful Filipinas, you want to lock them down, you want to stay there, are you trying to bring them back to the States and import them? He's the man to talk to. The do's and don'ts about the Philippine lifestyle and them ladies who you can probably bust down and get at that good level. I said it like that. Yes. We're talking about bust down status. So Mike, man, you want to have any shout-outs?
No, man, I just want to say shout out to some of the guys I recognize who's from my channel coming here. Thank you for so much for, representing and stuff like that. It was fun, man.
Yeah, this is fun, man. It's Sunday. If you guys can just see from my channel here, there's a video that's going to be dropping 2 o'clock Central tomorrow. My goal is to drop at least 1 video a day until I burn out. And even when I burn out, hopefully that there'll be at least another 5-minute video in the vault ready to go here. So that is the game plan for me, people. Every day. So subscribe. So if you subscribe, clicking that bell notification, you can get them. Because YouTube lately, not just my channel, it seemed like YouTube was like a little purge. And if you notice, people were not getting their bell notifications for a ton of their channel subscribes, right? People like, I didn't see this here. Not just me. I literally saw the big time, like the Mr. Beast of the world, Lapeef Networks, everybody, like Kevin Samuel. People were saying, I didn't see the notifications come up. So you have to click on the sub button and as well as the notification bell. And even then you have to keep a check out because YouTube might push me out of the game here. So just do that for your boy here. We coming every day, we're seeing the foolishness. We're seeing some good stuff here, but I'm still coming every day for y'all.
There you go.
On that note, man, this is my boy Mikey from Mike's Philippine Journey. You got the link. Hit him up. Until next time, I'm that dude named Dave. I'll see you guys later, YouTube world.